episode 3 of Pubtime Live. We'll just wait for the thousands of people to roll in, but what do you think, Dick?
Oh no, it's a long week already.
Touche, it's only Tuesday. I'm over it. I've had it.
That's what I was just thinking.
Not nearly enough beers in that cooler for Tuesday. I know that.
Yes, hopefully there's a lot less here in about an hour.
Agreed. I'll do my best.
So where's Brad?
We should be playing. My hands should be duct taped to 2 delicious Mexican beers right now. But they're not.
I can duct tape them for you if you like. If you want to just go ahead and...
Please do.
Yourself. So is there a rain date on this?
What's that? I'm just gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna be fucking challenged. I was wondering if he'd show up to his farewell show.
First one in.
I was wondering if he'd show up to his farewell show. Oh yeah, it should be Edward 32-ounce hands right now. Both hands.
Brad, you can get on camera. Get your phone ready.
Yeah, shit, son. Too good to hang out? No, but I was looking forward to it, and not so much just the challenge, just 64 ounces of beer today. That's what I needed to kind of get back in the game.
I wouldn't be looking forward to Wednesday morning at work.
No, it'll be fine. 5:30, it's not that bad.
You'd have to give Pedro a run for his money.
Fuck Pedro.
What'd you say? At what time?
5:30. He keeps changing times. I hate it. I get in a routine, fucking leave it alone, stop touching it. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah, but the 5:30 wouldn't hurt me so bad as much as the 9 o'clock would. When you said Mondays at 9 o'clock. That'd be rough. Podcast 101.
Of course, yes.
We know who it is.
A phone call. Always. Kidding me?
Tell her that text you.
Yeah, they don't. I guess, I don't know. I'll be back.
Oh, here we go.
Famous last words. Oh, but yeah, like I said, I was definitely looking forward to at least 64 ounces of beer today. It'd been better for me had I done them all in one sitting. And I don't feel as much like an alcoholic. 12 ounces at a time, that sounds like more of a feat.
64 ounces, you won't be feeling much of anything. Those 40 ounces. So, Brad's gone tonight, back to school. Is it just me, or does it seem like just yesterday they were doing the get out of school activities, everything was wrapping up?
And now just yesterday, me and you were dropping Brad off to his first day of kindergarten.
Yeah.
And here he is, all grown up.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this has been a fast summer.
It hasn't.
Really?
I've been outside for the last fucking...
Well, so have I, somewhat.
It's hotter than fuck every day. I'm over it. I'm ready for 4 degrees.
That's the hardest part about construction, is you're always up against a deadline, and it makes the weeks go by fast.
Yeah, and rush. I'm fucking over. I could care less. My deadline does not exist. I've got 25 years left. My deadline, so...
I understand.
I could care less about the rest of that. Really doesn't bother me.
Well...
Or why they even set unrealistic deadlines, and then actually pretend like it's going to happen. It's not going to.
Yeah, somebody said something about why you worry about deadlines. Deadlines come and go. Nobody gets a prize. Just don't worry about it. You gotta get done when it gets done.
Yeah, and that's how I feel. I don't, I want it done for the same price and the same, less amount of time, and it just doesn't work that way.
Oh, believe me, I know.
But they always, especially the customer, they always feel like they got money, so it's not an issue. Well, you can only fit so many people in a certain space one time and it be productive and safe and all these other things. So
and have quality at the end.
Oh, it's like a lot of times that quality almost, you pack that shit up, throw it out the window till the end, and then they want to bitch about it. Well,
it's quality, price, service, pick two.
Yeah, I would take the quality for the amount of money most of these people pay. Wouldn't you say? I mean, fuck. That's definitely what I would say, but I could be wrong.
So anyway,
I don't know. Thursday I keep going back and forth. A handful of the killers coming up were also what's a good way to put predators. And I've listened to a couple different things recently, and that remember that TikTok you sent last week?
Which one?
Chris Hansen.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a group on...
That was in Peoria.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I sent that. It wasn't necessarily...
It's the group I follow.
Okay.
And it's that Bikers Against Predators or whatever, where they set these fuckers up, and... God, I hope they just got a couple of guys that are like, I'm going to beat the fuck out of this guy. Instead of just calling the cops, like, get a couple fucking shots in first before the cops show up.
That was the first time in watching those types of videos that I've seen the cop react that way. I couldn't understand what his deal was. And that was another one of the reasons I sent it to you, because the cop was almost on the molester's side.
Right.
He was almost mad that these people were setting us up.
Yeah.
And the experience I've had with any of the police around here, I wouldn't consider them to act like that. But he looked like he was fresh out of high school.
Yeah, no, it's something I'd kind of like to get into just to talk about a little bit. I mean, I'm not sure people are aware of how much it actually happens. You know what I mean? I know recently, especially with like trafficking, that's been in the news more and more lately, but it's been happening for a very long time. That's not even the least of your worries. Like I just happened to pull up, the registration list the other day just to do. I used to do it a lot when I lived in Kentucky because I was very familiar
where they live,
very familiar faces.
Yeah.
Oh, just so I know if I see your fucking ass out in front of my house.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have some really decent solutions, especially in Illinois. You got a lot of hillbillies, and like anytime they, open up a new hunting season for certain things, I feel like you'd have people they'd be fucking lined up. You know what I mean? For a long time, you could only hunt like X amount of coyotes, X amount of raccoons. There's certain things that they were considered a nuisance, but they still had put like a bag limit on them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like with pedophiles in the Midwest that we could take a similar approach.
So do you feel like, and one of the things that they said in that video, or I think alluded to, was that it was they were baiting them, and so that it was what do you call that when the cops
that's a bunch of horse shit. The cops
I completely agree, but
the cops can lie to you 100% to put you in a situation for you to incriminate yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on a computer and I don't even mean the cops, I just mean the situation with that video, how they're essentially meeting these people online.
Realistically, what happens if that isn't a setup?
Exactly.
Maybe that is a real child.
Exactly. How often does it happen when it's not,
right,
a setup?
Too much.
For sure.
And the reason why I think it happens too much is when they do catch these assholes, they're entirely too lenient on them. You know what I mean? Like, in third world countries, I've talked about this before, in third world countries, say I'm a shop owner, and you walk into my shop and you only have a fucking left hand, You're not allowed to shop here. Very unfortunate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So if castration's something maybe they should do, I'm 1,000% for that. That's at least a good start. But I feel like for the most part, a nice long nap for some of these people would be, that's the only solution I see.
Yeah,
I feel like after a while you start to, they're not stupid, you know what I mean? They see how others are treated, how other minor attracted persons are treated.
But that's just it, though. Like, I still feel like, even the death penalty doesn't necessarily stop someone from doing something. And that's what these guys have to know that they're going to get caught, but they still, it's like, no, but it's a sickness, obviously, but.
Yeah, it's cured.
Yeah.
The 9mm pill.
Yeah.
I really feel like, you got to kind of cull the herd. You know what I mean? You got to get rid of some of these assholes. There's way too many of them walking around comfortably. Way too comfortably.
Yeah, I don't quite understand the whole sitting behind a computer, meeting up with a girl that's the age that these girls, that supposedly, and I say girls, but guys too.
Boys, yeah, whatever. Yeah. And I know for a while Anonymous did a really good job of setting some of these assholes up, and it's anything you've distributed on the internet can be found. And that's one thing that group is really good at. You're not going to hide that from them. There's really nowhere to, like I said, once it's been transmitted to your computer, like.
So I was watching.
A lot better than I was
watching a documentary on Netflix, and it was The Most Hated Man on the Internet. That was the guy who was Revenge Point. What was the Anyone Up? Anyone Up? But this guy was a piece of garbage, and even the premise of the website was that former boyfriends or whatever were sending in pictures, but in reality what was going on is they were hacking into people's emails or phones and stealing the pictures and then posting them.
Yeah, the iClouds or whatever the case. Yeah. The fappening, probably one of the greatest things that happened in my lifetime.
But long story short, Anonymous was very instrumental in shutting him down at the end. And some of the tactics that they said that Anonymous used, they literally wiped this guy off the map. Like, they deleted his social security numbers. They created a death certificate. They voided his passports. You name it, they did it to this guy. If it can be done electronically, it was insane. I would have to think that at some point in time he was just like, I give up, just send me to jail or whatever. When they were naming off all the things that this Anonymous was capable of.
No, but I definitely feel like once you sit back and look at it and really start getting into it, like you said, it's a disease. Yeah. This is definitely a disease. And this is a disease that the world itself needs to try to combat. You thought we had a pandemic in 2020. This pandemic's been going for much, much longer. I was surprised to hear. So this morning, one of the serial killers we're going to talk about, I texted you. Was that this morning or yesterday? What part of Houston you grew up in?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
So,
which ended up being right in the same town.
Oh, God. Yeah, right there. And he even talked about, human pedophile trafficking rings, you know what I mean? Which I never heard of that until just recently. You know what I mean? So we're talking 50 years ago.
Oh, guaranteed, yeah.
And that there were certain magazines around at the time that there would be a mailing list or a number in the back you could call and, more or less be added to that list.
Yeah, and back then, that was a lot harder to track somebody. Like if a child was kidnapped or whatever, it was a lot harder to find them.
And one thing, I don't know we went back and forth about Epstein, how far this thing goes. One thing I do know is anytime I've taken the exact same stance I take tonight, I took yesterday, I will take for the rest of my life, and properly voiced it, Facebook, they've hit me every time. Every time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if this video, when it goes on YouTube, now granted, it's not going to be from the thousands of views it gets, but maybe it gets that one view from someone who works there. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
And this thing disappear. Just, it seems like there's an underlying like support for these assholes.
Oh.
Do you not feel that sometimes?
I guess I don't dive into it.
Like I said, almost every time, say there's some, because we get them quite a bit, and maybe it's not so much the physical act, but just around here locally.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get the fucking chubby guy lives in mom's basement, accused of sexual assault with a child, or having boatloads of child porn, or whatever the case may be. And I usually get on WEK or whoever maybe posts the story and give them my idea for the hunting tag. And I've been hit for that more times on Facebook than anything else. And I feel like that's something that they would just look at and be like, yeah, well, he's right.
They've got you tagged. They're waiting for you to post it so they can take it back down. They already knew you were going to post it before you even knew it.
And it's like, fuck, are you kidding me? Like, I feel like that's one thing I feel like would be not an issue. This is old news. You're right. This is definitely what we should be doing.
So we got to find a more upbeat subject to talk about. This is kind of depressing.
Well, all 300 people watching right now.
Oh, there's been a lot of onesie twosies come in, get out. Obviously, they're getting out for a reason. Too heavy.
Yeah.
Too heavy. We gotta get.
It's gonna get heavy. It's gonna get heavy for the next couple months, and that's unfortunate.
Oh, so.
I said today, I think we need to find. We're not gonna transition completely, obviously, to.
Dark and.
No, not even that. Just who keeps beating on that door? No, they just stand there all creepy like. What? Open the door. Have this conversation right now. Come on in. Oh my goodness. Live in the flesh. He was told.
Oh, you broke the door.
God, now you broke the door.
I'll fix it. I know a carpenter.
Yeah. Send me his number.
Bye.
Get in here. Get on this mic. Oh shit. Ike the Bird in the house.
Sit down and throw some headphones on.
Ike the Bird. You missed the pedophile hunting session we just had. Pedophile hunting session. You missed that part.
Killed them all.
Yeah, that's. I said in Illinois, the Midwest. If the DNR were to release maybe like hunting permits, I'm fine with doing a season. Just like deer.
Well, let's just make the
Start
season.
in October.
Yeah.
Go to February.
How about just on days that end in Y?
But I really enjoy that idea. I think it would be a huge hit.
It'd cut down on the incarceration.
Yeah, it's saving taxpayer dollars for sure.
For sure. And, we're all about saving money, of course. And let's just do away with them all.
And after a while, they even believe like the white-tailed deer becomes a nuisance. You know what I mean? And you have to kind of thin the herd every now and then.
Exactly.
This is what we're doing.
Jeffrey Dahmer may have been onto something.
What's that?
Cannibalism. But
I'd be perfectly fine if somebody wanted to eat them. I mean,
we could send them to other countries in exchange for things.
it's a little out of my realm, but
Same.
if someone out there is willing, I mean,
Agreed.
I know a place makes a hell of a good deer stick, so maybe it works the same way the other way around. I don't know.
I told you before, it's taking a dark turn.
There it is.
Need to get a little more upbeat.
Yeah, we went from just killing them, now we're eating them, so.
Well,
Ike the Bird, how you doing? What are you sipping on over there?
I am sipping on Prime hydration drink.
That's good.
It was
Where
a
you
long-
get that at? I've never seen that
Excuse me. It was at a GNC, actually.
before. All right.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
the good
cool.
stuff.
It's more expensive than Gatorade. Probably does the same thing. But
You've been working out. Is that what it is?
yeah, I'm buffing up for pedophile season. Right.
It said October 1st it opens, so
October 1st.
Okay. That's
we'll be
anywhere.
ready. I think it's strictly Illinois, but
I'm
you'll
gonna-
have to check
May I have
surrounding
my
states.
car?
I don't see why not.
Okay, thank you. I'm just checking, making sure everything's good.
1 hour before sun up and 1 hour after sundown, so
Perfect.
rules are rules.
Yeah, I mean, we must abide,
Touche.
of course, with our local law enforcement and everything should be fine.
Well, what have you been up to?
Working,
Working.
Keystone Steel and Lyre.
Yeah?
Yeah. Playing the guitar a little bit, doing,
I seen you got a new band.
Yeah.
You'll be playing with a new band, huh?
I'm supposed to play in September sometime if the job lets me loose. I kind of escaped today, but it's a fun thing. I've been working on soundtracks.
How'd you escape?
I got all my work done and decided that it was time for me to vacate the premises.
Yeah. Just run for the hills, huh?
I did, and I ran for my life.
Oh, so are you second shift or?
I'm first and second shift at times, sometimes third and first.
Is there still a guy in the storeroom named Pork Chop? I think we've had this conversation before.
I don't think so.
I used to drink with him at the Brass Key, and he kind of gave me the Norman Bates vibe. Like, lived with mom. Are we talking about the same person?
We could be. Did you like listen to a lot of Led Zeppelin?
He looked like you like to listen to a lot of Led Zeppelin.
He's a friend of mine. He was in my department. If it's the same guy, yes.
Still there?
I will ask him tomorrow. I'll just say, "Hey, Pork Chop," and I'll just see who looks at me.
There you go. That's all you got to do.
And
but I'm pretty sure he worked in the storeroom.
It's a fine place to work.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And inside the cage.
Yeah. It's just like, Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Road Warriors, back in the Civic Center.
We had Dusty Rhodes in here last weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Man, how'd you guys pull that off?
The masked Dusty
In
Rhodes.
his,
mask
in his
Dusty Rhodes?
prime. In his prime.
The American Mask.
There you go. There was. Lucha Dick.
Nice.
No, what's the new band? I seen it the other day, but it didn't. The baked one, I can remember. That one sticks with me.
Baked sticks in all of our heads because it's not just a name. It's an adverb. I think I'll have to look at my dictionary at home.
It could be an adjective. It's all
Adjective.
sorts of things, yeah.
Yeah. It's called Nine-Tail Fox.
Kind of music. Covers?
Yes.
Covers, yeah.
Some different stuff, I guess. No Van Halen.
That's okay.
None of that Van Halen shit.
I'm not as big a fan of Eddie Van Halen as Dimebag was. He was a huge fan. And that was cool.
I met Dimebag at Big Al's.
Yeah?
What a cool that we had a black tooth grin. He signed my shirt, and I gave the shirt to my buddy because I'm like, it's just Pantera. Wow.
Just Pantera.
I just fucking said that. Just Pantera. Yeah, that was just Floods they played. So, but now just like some regular radio stuff.
Like what? New Age? Newer?
No, we can't get that new. 70s and 80s stuff. WGLO stuff.
So no Dave Matthews?
None.
Zero?
Is that a song?
That's unfortunate. Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, yeah.
You guys gonna play a little Dave Matthews Band? Or what? Blues Traveler? You got a harmonica guy or what?
No.
Oh.
We,
I know a guy.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, bring him over.
He'd usually be here, but
We could sit on the park bench at Kroger's and, man, just sit and let it wail out and make a whopping $2 to $4. So that'd be kind of fun.
You usually get free drinks at the bar, though. Kroger's ain't handing out no free drinks.
Well, it just depends. You know, who's walking around with a brown paper sack. Fuck, you play Mustang Sally, you're liable to get a hold of anything down there. So, you know.
Do you guys have any shows coming up, or?
I'm not in charge. So I'm just the guy that kind of sits back and plays the guitar along with a friend of mine. And just putting stuff together. Probably some docking.
Well, docking?
I said it with a straight face.
Yeah, you did.
I lost it. Joan Jett.
Okay. And the Heartbreakers or just Joan Jett?
Just Joan Jett.
Okay.
And what's that other band? Baked.
Are you going to have to wear a wig in this band?
I am not.
Okay. I was wondering, just with the lineup so far, I was wondering.
The lineup is wig appealing.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I will shave my head before each gig.
Yeah?
Go full Gigi Allen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Keep the stash, though?
Yeah. Must keep hydrated and fueled.
No, I seen that the other day, so I was kind of wondering what was up there.
Just something to do, I guess. You know?
Pass the time.
Pass the time, you know. I can't sit around and watch the WWE Network all day. I got to get out of the house 4 hours a day, then I got to work.
How nice has that been? On Peacock, you can basically go in and watch anything you want.
It's great. It's so amazing to turn on your TV and you're literally on the cock. So, yeah, you know, you can watch Brock Lesnar's 10 Greatest Matches, who I know Paul despises because he's from Minnesota. Understood. But, you know, you can watch anything.
Yeah, a lot of the old stuff, the AWA, the little bit of NWA, everything WCW basically
right.
ever put out. So that's cool, yeah.
Watch the Von Erich beat Ric Flair in the cage.
Yeah, old WCCW.
Yeah, right on. Road Warriors, all that.
I've sat through a couple of them. I guess some of them I go back and I watch them and I'm like, man, that's really not as great as I thought it was when I was a kid. There's still some you see, you're like, oh, that was cool, but some of it you're like, holy fuck.
Remember the Saturday mornings when they'd wrestle in front of like 5 people? And Ric Flair would be out there dressed to the nines and fucking watch and the shoes.
Oh, yeah.
And,
still is.
Oh, yeah. You see his last match?
Clips of it.
I watched it live.
That was it.
Dude.
It was as bad as I thought it was. Jeff Jarrett looked good, though.
Jeff Jarrett got a hold of some kind of street meth before the gig.
Looks like he could still make a run.
He could. He refereed the night before at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I guess I did see part of that.
He came out just jacked to the gills. I mean, running, getting in crowds' faces, everybody's. It was awesome.
I listened to something not too long ago with him. Sounds like he's all sober now, and sounds like he had a bit of an issue, which you never really. He was always kind of a straight-laced dude, so.
Yeah, I guess, you know, when.
What up, Apple Boys?
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Several, these are our friends, Apple Boys. Big fans of Applebee's and pictures of Miller Lite.
Excellent.
I think they're 25 cents at Applebee's on Tuesday night.
For 2 of them?
No, just one picture.
Just one. It's a
25-cent picture for Miller Lite. Hey, Motorboat and Matt. What is up?
Evening, gentlemen.
Hold on. I gotta get you some tunage here, man. Not getting any sound from you.
Oh.
Like you're muted.
Settings. Oh, there it is. Default. No, it should not be.
25-cent picture since 1996.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Considering the inflation these days, that's right on the money.
I would say so.
Remember the $5 Natty Light drafts at Rockies?
That Miller Lite is basically taking that spot now.
Yeah? Okay.
Anything now? Anybody hear me?
Still no sound.
Nothing.
Check your low. Let's see.
I think we were always quarter pitchers at Lucky Lady.
Yes.
Shows like you should have.
way too much. The Thursday
He
nights.
can hear him, but
Yes.
I can't. What's going on? here?
Absolutely. Used to play those nights.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was interesting.
I think you just
You know, if you drink one real quick, you throw up nothing but foam for like the first 5 minutes
guaranteed
in the middle of a song.
in the middle of the song.
Yeah. I was trying to be like Gene Simmons, but I failed horribly. I like the decor, man.
Oh, thank you.
It's a work in progress.
I got some stuff
I think
at the
I
house.
saw something the other day where they're looking for more
Hold on,
Posters,
man. I'm trying to
pictures,
figure
and-
this out.
knickknacks.
Must have something shut down.
A fucking Black Oak, Arkansas album cover. No way. That's awesome.
And the album. Look who's sitting next to you.
Oh, hell.
Let's see.
The master of comedy.
There he is.
Is there something on our go down to our volume down there in the bottom right corner, right there. Now turn that up. Now ask him because they said they could hear him.
Still there, Matt?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Oh, yes, yes.
Live. Okay.
You're welcome.
I had the computer. I had it turned down. I apologize.
It's all good. I mean, for whatever reason, my computer reset all my stuff, so.
I did notice you said something the other day about getting on, and you guys still recording tonight? Or to get pushed back a little bit?
I have absolutely no clue until I see. I figured I'd hop in because I was waiting on Eric to come in. So,
Now, which
So
podcast is he with?
Motorboat Mats with 69 Whiskey and the Bromigos, right?
I am now a double duty podcaster.
Who, Bromigos recording tonight?
Nah, we record Thursday mornings in the studio that we have back
Yes.
in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
I've seen that. It's very nice. Nice setup.
It's not even ours. It's the school that we went to for broadcasting.
And they let you come in?
Yeah, we
That's
rent
amazing.
time and we come in and we just hang out, we bullshit, and we do hilarious things like I have posted on the last couple of videos.
What, Whiskey, though, what episode tonight? Got any idea? Can give everybody a little teaser?
I have something in mind. It is a matter of whether or not if we record it tonight. But if we do, I saw something that Barstool tweeted out, and I actually listened to that podcast episode that they tweeted about. And it was something, it's going to sound ridiculous, but
Was it the two ladies?
Yeah, the two ladies.
Yes. I watched some of that today that I thought was somewhat ridiculous, but I'm not sure what your take on it was, but...
I mean, my take on it is a little bit less angry now that I've listened to the entire segment that they had about it, but at the same time, it's like, it's really projecting insecurities into your own relationship sort of deal, which I don't really fuck with. But
to be honest, you may have been... Did you share that earlier today?
I shared it last night, I think.
Last night, okay. Then I must have watched it this morning before I was going to work. Because I had watched just the clip of that blonde. She must have been replying to that question. And I watched about, 25 to 30 seconds. I heard just enough of what I needed to hear. And I was like, Boop.
And then if you
Next.
saw my reaction to it, you'll understand why I had the reaction I had to it. Now, I wanted to make sure I listened to the whole thing so I was at least educated enough on the subject so I don't come off like a complete lunatic.
Yes, that's what I should have done.
Yeah, now that I've listened to it, my thoughts are kind of similar, but I understand in some regards where they're coming from. But I still think it largely has to do with projecting insecurities onto your own relationship and forcing your significant other to do something that maybe they're not comfortable with doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was not a big fan of her stance, to be honest.
Now, are you guys recording right now?
Yeah, we're live and recording.
Oh, wow. I just happened to hop in. I didn't know. I mean, I figured I'd hop in and say hello and see what the fuss was about before I started recording, if we record tonight. But hello, everybody.
No, I'm glad you hopped in. It was pretty somber in the beginning. We're talking about pedophiles and possibly opening up hunting seasons. And
I was just thinking about this today.
What's that?
I swear, like what you just said, like talk about like pedophile hunting season.
Yeah, well, we're in the Midwest, okay, and one thing we love in the Midwest is a good hunting season. No bag limit, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking like an October 1st start to, we'll say February 14th, maybe. Just pick that, Valentine's Day be the season close.
I don't know why, but I was thinking about like why hasn't that been somewhat of a thing? Or
I think it should be
an actual hunting season, but like beat up a pedophile season.
I'm all for it. I love everything you're bringing to the table right now. Because we were talking, so Dick sent me a TikTok the other day of these people that have kind of taken Chris Hansen's approach. They set these guys up online, and then they'll come and meet them, videotape them, blast them out on the internet. Well, they had called the police on them to say, basically they were set up and whatever, and this guy's like trying to get the cop to hop in and, take care of business on his end. And the cop more or less was defending the pedophile that showed up to meet a 13-year-old child and was basically telling the guy who was videotaping to go on about his way.
The cop was defending the pedophile.
Correct. It's almost like he was, he didn't want to be bothered with it. Like, by the time she's like, you really have nothing here. The guy's like, no, I most definitely do. I have texts and emails back and forth with this guy.
But the cop's argument was that it was entrapment, which...
But that's bullshit. Like I said,
entrapment.
Cops can do that to you, so
yes.
Why couldn't you do that?
Right.
Shit.
You're absolutely right.
But I think the one with the video said that the cops can be accused of entrapment, but they were private citizens, so they're not entrapping anybody. They're just out there.
So
entrapment is when law enforcement.
Right, but entrapment's really not a thing. Like, they can lie to you.
Yeah.
No.
During you committing a felony or a misdemeanor, wherever the case may be, and it can be used against you. So that's really, a lot of people talk about that. But
a good friend of mine is a lawyer, and the advice he told me is don't say shit.
Well, that's always the best advice.
It is. I get pulled over. I don't say shit. Hand them my license. They ask me where I'm going. I point forward.
But yeah, I just thought it was crazy that the cop more or less took that stance instead of saying, hey, what you fucking creepy ass doing here to meet a 13-year-old child?
Well, maybe if it was one of the cop's relatives, he'd have thought different.
Oh, for sure it would be if it was someone closer to them.
The reason that
of that line from, you ever seen the movie A Time to Kill?
Is that the one?
That's the one with Matthew McConaughey and I think Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the one line that sticks with me is like, imagine, your daughter had this horrible thing happen to her because the girl gets raped in the beginning of the movie. And it's like, all right, we know it's a black girl, but now imagine it's your daughter or your granddaughter and like how angry everybody becomes. And I think, like you said, if the cop was a relative of the cop would have felt a lot differently about the subject.
So in that movie you're talking about where he's in the courtroom, and one other time in the movie, he had went through that speech, and you're sitting there, you kind of get chills. But then when he's there in the courtroom, he stops for a second. He looks around, and he goes, now imagine she's white.
I know.
And fucking everybody's face in there just drops, and it's like, oh, boy.
I've only ever seen that movie once, and that was in high school. Because we were doing like a To Kill a Mockingbird thing in English class. So we were watching the movie too. And that I saw that line and I'm like, God, I just had chills just now. But really great movie. But it also reminded me of something else. Oh yeah, it reminds me of the Cain Velasquez situation. You guys remember that? No one's talking about that anymore. The whole Cain Velasquez thing, where how he went to go kill the person that
touched his daughter,
touched his daughter or one of his family members or something, and he's still in prison for that shit. But apparently, the person that was trying to do it or did it,
free and clear,
still free and clear. So I don't know what the fuck that's about.
That's a bunch of horse shit, is what that is. Because So we're gonna get into like some serial killers and stuff beginning of October, and a handful of them were predators. So I thought maybe a good episode would be kind of talk about some of these assholes. You know what I mean? And one of the ones that always pops up is that guy in the 80s that his son's karate instructor had basically kidnapped him, sexually assaulted him for days. They find him like a state away, and as that guy is being flown back from California, Dad's sitting at a phone booth to the side, and he's being walked by the police live on television. Dad walks up and just puts one right in his face. Done. Over with. And, you know, not even the balls, because you would imagine that's how most parents feel. That's what anybody would want to do to that guy. But he fucking did it. You know what I mean? Exactly.
He did it on live television, you said? Like they were walking him up or whatever?
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure he planned it that way, but he knew they were coming through that airport, and he walked right up and justice was served right there.
I think it's very majestic.
And to be honest, I'm not sure he served a whole lot of time.
Nah.
I don't think he should have served any time.
I mean,
but
I didn't know if he knew the gun was loaded, so he probably got off. Let's hope.
I mean, it's certainly a very wild story, and I mean, I feel the same way. I would probably have done the same thing as that parent there, but hopefully, I never have to deal with, because I'm only 25. I don't have time for kids right now, so hopefully, whenever I have kids, I don't have to deal with those sorts of emotions. If you fellas know what I'm saying,
right? I couldn't imagine being faced with something like that. You know, so people that have and they've handled it well, you know, my hat's off to you, because
yeah, I'd just bring back quartering, I think. Wouldn't that be kind of cool, though?
I would love to see someone torn apart by a horse. I haven't seen it since. Does anybody remember rotten.com?
I just remember Faces of Death.
There was one on Faces of Death, wasn't there?
Yeah. And you know, those horses had it going on. They should have put them in the fucking race.
Get them in the show?
Right. Show before the race.
No, but how's things been going for you guys? How are the shows?
I mean, both shows are kind of, if I'm being honest, both shows are kind of seeing a little bit of a lull right now, and I'm trying to figure out ways to fix that. And I don't think it's necessarily because of the content, more or less. It's just that sometimes my ways of marketing are getting a little bit repetitive. So I'm trying to figure out new things every now and again and see what works out. And I mean, it's not like, I don't know if you guys have ever listened to either show, but you know, I mean, the content is there. It's a matter of trying to get it out to the people, you know? So that's really where my main issue and my main struggle always is. And I was going to reach out to the group chat at some point this week, depending on how things go, and like, what can I do differently? What can I do to improve numbers or listens or whatever, engagement?
I want to say we've had a similar conversation about this not too long ago.
We might have. I think that was more with like followings on Twitter and such, but I know that.
To be honest, I think it's all the same, but big thing is, man, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Oh no, you know? I know.
Because it takes one. You pull one fat rabbit out of your ass one day, and it could just go. Shh, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Through the roof.
I agree. But no, it's just, you know, it's a struggle. I mean, especially since Bromigos is newer, so I feel like I kind of like walked into the project because the other three, Hunter, Mike, and Dante, they had no clue, more or less, how to like start up the podcast, and I already had whiskey for over a year at that point. So I'm just like, okay, I know how to do some things, so I can at least help out in that regard. It's just a matter of, you know, them carrying some of that weight too, you know.
Yeah, having that studio at your disposal, man, that's awesome. That studio set up.
I mean, it makes me happy because, and I will not lie, if it's one thing I can change about whiskey, it's how we record things, because we do everything over Discord, and then we record it through like Streamlabs, OBS or something, and I just take care of the audio and post. But you know, because I'm not there, you can obviously tell I sound sort of, computery a little bit, or computerized, for lack of better terms.
Yeah, almost like you're a call-in.
Yes, more or less, but like a little bit better quality than a typical call-in you'd hear on the radio.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So, like, I really wish. Obviously, some days are better than others depending on what the editing process is like. But the thing I love about Bromigos is like I can control, because I'm the one controlling everybody's audio, and I can and post everything sounds perfect compared to the raw audio that I typically would have. So I just can't do that editing process with Whiskey because we're not in person anymore compared to when we first started. So
have you ever tried StreamYard?
I have not. I know several people who do use it. Now you guys included on that list.
Matty Ice kind of turned me onto this, and it's a game changer, man. I think maybe for one little episode, you guys should try it and see if it doesn't maybe change your sound quality a little bit.
I think we should try it. I mean, I guess it depends. We'll have to have a discussion about it, but I've considered it in the past. It's just a matter of when. I mean, right now we have either Zoom or Discord, and that's pretty much it. But
yeah, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't even know you could record on Discord.
Oh well, you can't. I mean, we use like I said, we use OBS to screen
through Discord. Gotcha.
Yeah, through Discord, and then I'll edit everything in post with turning into as good as a sound quality as I could get out of it. So
sure.
And that's go ahead. Sorry.
So like StreamYard will give you the option to download the video specifically, or the audio specifically, or the audio for 2 separate or 3 separate people independently. So if one person you thought came through really clean, you just want to clean up this person, you could take their audio alone, clean it up, put it back together, and on its way.
If you're trying to sell me on it, you're already doing a very good job.
No, it's smooth. I mean, you guys should definitely give it a shot. Just try it out.
I would love to at one point, but it's a matter of when. It's a matter of Eric wants to do that sort of thing. I'm sure he might want to, considering we're both audio snobs to an extent. So we'll figure out if it works out for us or not.
You sipping on anything over there tonight, or what?
Nah, I got nothing today. I have.
Damn it!
Unfortunately, I am the way as lame as this may sound. The way my house works is, even though I am 25 years old, my parents are ultra conservative individuals, and I can't drink in my own house at my own leisure.
What?
I know. Don't even get me started. I don't want to sound like a big old lame, because I come from 69 Whiskey and Bromigos, where we're all.
I won't tell nobody.
Oh yeah, sure.
Good part is Mike from Happy Hour is the only one watching right now. So
wait until everybody else hears this episode.
I'll delete that part.
It's all good. But shout out to Mike though. Mike's good people. Mike and Tabby.
Yes, they are. Both of them. Let's see, maybe we can get him in here. That work that way? We'll see. Oh, there it goes. There you go, Mike. No, but what's that?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I had nothing good, I promise.
Now I was going to say, in regards to audio quality, that's why I also bought this sound shield in June.
So is that what that is?
That's what this is. So this is a sound
nice.
shield. This has foam. I don't know if you can see it. It's going to be hard with the camera, but this has foam that it's basically, noise cancellation foam, more or less. And I'm talking into my microphone. It's propped up on my Yeti in a certain way. And it comes in handy. I mean, it's better than, because when I would record previously, even on my own time, if I'm recording something into Audition, I can tell that there was reverb because of the sound bouncing back. Now that reverb has been significantly minimalized. I can hear it. So that's one good thing that I did.
God, I'm so glad Brad's not here.
Yeah, Yeah. So we've had multiple
He
arguments.
kept going on about reverb. And I was like,
It's a good site to buy musical equipment.
Yeah, reverb?
It's helpful on amplifiers.
That's the place?
Yes, it's online, and nobody speaks to you unless you speak to them, as it should be.
Only speak when spoken to?
Correct.
Yeah, one thing I will say, I don't know about you guys, but the pandemic has probably made me much less of a people person.
You're absolutely right.
When I go to a store, unless I'm specifically looking for something, leave me alone, I'll find it.
Instacart.
Leave me alone, I will find it.
They throw your shit on the door and they leave. No contact.
My wife does that a bunch. I still like to go out and shop. I'm not that weird about it, but
I like to go to Hy-Vee, but like everything else, just fucking bring it. Get out of my yard.
Honestly, it's funny that you mentioned that because I will say that I am in your boat. I'm not much of a people person at all, and I think the pandemic only maximized that feeling inside me. However, I just took a job in promotions for radio, so I have to
Nice.
So maybe that'll help improve the people skills a little bit.
he's like, I didn't think that one through.
Yeah, I didn't think that. Well, I mean, I'm trying to. I mean, like my goal is to be in the broadcasting industry, and promotions, unfortunately, is the lowest end of the totem pole to get into it.
Oh, for sure.
So if I have to suffer for a year or a couple months just to talk to people, and some of them, actually, most of them are really nice. I've been hit on quite a few times already in my first week and a half on the job, believe it or not.
Is it a fairly large radio station in New Jersey, or can you talk about it? Can't talk about it?
I'll give as much information as I can on the subject. So basically, it's a media group that owns 3 or 4 stations, 3 of them FM, 1 of them AM, and they both. One of them's a country station.
Is the AM station sports, or is that the country one?
I think that's Top 40, the AM station, or a version.
Casey Kasem, love it.
Yeah.
But that's where I get hit on the most because I bought a cowboy hat. Mike and Tabby might know this since they probably saw it on Facebook, but I got a cowboy hat to appeal to that audience. And I'm not a country person at all. I'm more of a rock and metal type, sort of like I think Jake the Hater from Bleach Bros.
Right.
And I hate country. So I bought this cowboy hat to appeal to that demographic and, kind of have a persona of like, oh, I'm Cowboy Matt sort of deal. And I think my first day I got hit on 3 times. It was great. I never felt better.
You might know the name. What is that metal band that covered Garth Brooks' Thunder Rolls?
Oh, man.
It's like In This Name or something. It's something like
In
that.
This Moment?
Have you? No, it's not In This Moment. She's smoking.
But I'm just saying, with a cowboy hat and a New Jersey radio station, he's going to get more ass than a toilet seat. So just get used to it, dude, and take him on the Sopranos tour.
He might in the Garden State, bud.
Oh, fuck.
That's the goal.
There you go.
This guy's going to be cleaning house.
Oh, yeah.
Save some for us.
Some Brazilian chicks walk around the background bringing trays of...
Oh, my God. I was saying something on my Twitter account, and my boy... not my boy. I was at a country station, not a country station, a country concert because we had an event over there at MetLife Stadium for Kenny Chesney, and I must have seen. I think of half. If half the women weren't middle aged, the other half were like really, really attractive 20-something.
So they're all ripe for the picking. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So I mean, I was telling my coworker, who's also a guy. He's a bro, so we're cool about this sort of stuff. He's like I'm like, dude, it's a real shame I hate country, or else I would be in heaven right now.
Oh, I could get over the music real fast.
Oh no, trust me. And then that's the next thing I says. I'll get over the music to talk to any or be with any of these girls.
It could have been classical Mozart. I wouldn't give a shit. Still have been really excited.
Gentlemen, when I tell you I had some legitimate 10s walk up to me, and do whatever we were doing at our event.
Now, were these 10s wearing cowboy boots and miniskirts? Please tell me.
Yes.
I love it.
Excellent.
Some of them were blondes,
Yes.
some of them were, some of them had like those little shitty wicker cowboy hats.
That's fine. Farmer's daughter. I love it.
The farmer's daughter style, like those little cloaks that they would wear.
Oh, God, I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are in trouble. Just keep talking to me.
But Yep, that's what I dealt with for about 9 hours out of that day. So it was
Dealt with. You made it sound like it was painful.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't painful, but I dealt with might be the wrong term to use. But it was definitely something I experienced would be the best term for about 9 hours out of my day, and it was glorious.
Do you break the ice by asking them how much their lot rent is?
Say that again.
Do you break the ice by asking them how much their lot rent on their trailer is?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
He's not there yet.
I'm not there
Okay.
yet. I'm not there yet. I gotta build a more of a rapport with some of these people.
He's taking all willing participants.
Perfect.
Some of them divorced women who I might have already have their number on my phone.
There you go. Little wink at the camera. You said Jersey. I need to know. You a Jets guy or a Giants guy?
Giants. All
Giants?
Day. All day.
Yeah?
Look, no hate against the Jets, but we've only been poverty for, the last, say, 6 or 7 years. Jets have been poverty since about, the last time they won a Super Bowl or whenever Joe Namath left. So,
Yeah, Smoking Joe.
So they have they don't have a chance of ever being relevant as far as I'm concerned. At least the Giants have, beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. We have that under our belts. We have those sorts of accolades, whereas the Jets get their asses kicked every other year if they even make the playoffs by, say, the Patriots, or even in the regular season they get their asses kicked by the Patriots. So yeah,
I wonder what Tyree's up to these days.
I'm not sure, but I think I must watch that Tyree catch at least 10 times a year.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean,
Hey, fuckers.
Hey, Mike.
Not you. Not you. Ryan.
Hey, what up, fuckers?
What up, bitches? Awesome.
We had nothing better to do on a Tuesday night, so here we are.
Same.
Here we are.
I haven't heard from Eric whether or not we're recording, so I'm just here. I was like, what else am I going to do today?
He's always indecisive. Your
Like I said, I know I heard you say that if anybody wanted to get on, kind of shoot the shit, whatever the case may be, and we're supposed to be playing Edward 40 Hands right now, and Brad backed out. He had, well, in my mind, he backed out, but he had prior engagements.
That's all good.
So
That's
we had
what
to
they're calling it.
take a little different avenue, and I should have motorboat. I should have been like, hey man, come through and save the day, and you did anyway.
Well, I mean, you put it in the chat, so I was like, you know what? I got nothing to do for the next couple of minutes. I'll come and say hi. I mean, like I even said in the chat, like, because everyone that doesn't know, if you're talking to the whiskey account, you're talking to me. So I openly said, like, if you have spots on the show for the coming future, my schedule's sporadic as fuck. But if you have a day where I'm free, I'll come on, because the way I see it is whether it's with Bromigos or with Eric or without them, I'm here to talk. I'm here to promote any platform that I have, and I can talk with the best of them. I mean, I must have did when whiskey was on break back in like from March to May. I must have did at least 6 or 7 shows, maybe more, just talking to people. It was glorious. I loved it.
We had that shit.
I will say sometimes it's hard to figure out who you're talking to. So like with Whiskey Hell, it took me a while to realize I was talking to McShane. Oh, I didn't know which one I had.
McShane is running that account.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I in my mind, I just assumed it was El Jefe, but it wasn't.
FA, I don't think has a.
No, he's just dealing cards. That's all that guy does. Dealing cards and fucking cougars. That's all that guy does. That was a great life.
Sizing up boobs is what he does too.
Hey, he's stealing my job. That's my job.
The fucker. He had a cowboy hat a long time ago.
I mean, Motorboat and Matt is my gimmick, so we and I are going to have to duke it out one day on their show.
Yes, 2 enter, only 1 remains.
And the winner gets 2 glorious prizes, if you catch my drift.
Right.
Perfect.
Can we make it Hell in a Cell?
Yes.
But it's B-word from Bleach Bros. That's your 2 beautiful gifts. Very unfortunate. He's like, damn it.
I
I won't bring my best.
I was just listening to an episode of Bleach Bros from like a week or two ago that they did, and he was saying something like how my titties are all over the internet. So that now makes perfect sense to me.
Yes, him and Big Nick. That's you get the choice
Oh my
between
God,
the two.
I forgot about Nick. I forgot he posted that fucking picture.
Mike's titties are all over the internet too.
No, mine aren't all over the internet.
No,
Not
when
yet.
you did the Bleach Bros stickers.
I'll do the world record episode with topless.
That's coming up in a couple, isn't it?
That's coming up
that's-
next week.
Yeah, in like
Oh,
10
Next
days.
weekend, yeah.
We're
Man, I
we're
was-
not doing an episode this week. We recorded a couple of like spare episodes.
Really drunk episode.
Yeah.
Oh
we,
yeah.
we were loaded at midnight episodes. So the episode that drops next week is going to be one of those.
I don't know how bad it sounds. He's the one that edited it.
So no, it hasn't been edited yet.
Oh
I
fuck!
might
You should just drop it.
Do an unedited
Just drop it,
release.
There you go. That's the best way to do it.
and then I quit.
I gotta say, I mean, what day is this? Saturday or Sunday? You guys are doing the live stream.
Friday at 10
Saturday, and Sunday
a.m.
morning.
until 2 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Yeah, all week.
Okay, so at least it's good to know that I don't think I work next Saturday, so I will try and tune in to that. So
Oh, yeah, man.
I hope that that goes through, but who knows with the way my work schedule is nowadays, they can put an event on me in the middle of the day for no possible reason. So we'll see what happens.
The pub's coming into it.
Oh yeah.
So
It's
excited.
6:00, is it?
Yeah.
I know I've asked you a couple times. I keep thinking it's 6. Is it 6:00 our time or 6:00 your time?
It'll be 5:00 your time.
Love it. Okay.
Ooh,
5:00.
good thing we clarified that.
Yeah, I kept thinking it was 6, but I'm excited now. Now I know it's 5
Yeah, all the times are on Eastern time, so,
Eastern. That makes sense. Yeah.
it'll be 5.
You guys are like NBC. It's all right. It's okay. I get it.
So have we decided if that's going to be the rain date for Edward 40 Hands?
Yeah, we could do Edward 40 Hands Friday night. That'd be good.
You guys can totally do that on our show if you want to.
Yeah, and then
We'll do it with coffee.
Ring of Fire after.
Yes. Yes, yes. Circle of Death, Ring of Fire. Love it.
We'll do a alcohol Ring of Death maybe
Eventually.
in September.
Yeah.
I was thinking, we talked about that. We should do a Cards Against Humanity. And I feel like the StreamYard setup makes it very easy.
Oh yeah. The Mad Libs was easy.
Oh yeah, that was easy as shit.
I think there needs to be like all the pods that are super cool with each other in the chat need to do Cards Against Humanity one day.
That would be a fucking disaster. Like there would be
But it
everybody
sounds
talking
great
over
in
each
theory. I will
It's
do
one of-
anything for content. Remember that. I didn't jerk off for 47 days for the sake of content when John and all the guys for fucking that damn podcast, they were doing their show. I didn't do it
Yes.
as a dare. So I voluntarily didn't do it. I will do anything for content, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
My hat's off to you, sir.
Oh, good times, good times.
I've made it 47 minutes.
I was going to say, you beat Ryan's record by 47 days.
There's a reason I'm not on camera.
Yes, Ike the Bird's been getting after that thing the whole time.
Don't worry, I think I did enough for you and me. I suffered enough for everybody who's ever gone through No Nut November in their lives. So consider
The Indian rug burn never hurt nobody.
yeah.
But Mike and Tabby, what are you guys up to tonight? Just hanging out?
I was editing Ladies Night, and Mike's like, Ryan just shot us a link. Let's go. We're getting on. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll do it tomorrow.
I
What's
was hanging up stuff in the studio, doing some decorating.
looking good. You guys got the comfy chairs. Some congele about the gaming chairs.
Yeah, I needed a chair for next weekend. The chair I had was just an old wooden chair, and it was super uncomfortable, even just to record 1 hour episodes in. So I thought, shit, if I'm gonna do 40 hours, I need something good.
And I got a futon coming my way.
Yeah, I bought her a fucking couch. I get this.
What I need to know, who's our connection for the cocaine for next weekend?
That's what I'm talking about. No,
Dad's going to need a little bump. Couple of them. Get me through.
That's why you don't see Caleb right now.
He's
No,
the
we-
coke mule.
He took a trip down south.
He went to Mexico.
Oh,
Cartel
coca.
Caleb.
No, we've got our awesome sponsors at Bosky Coffee Roasters. They're supplying us with bags and bags and bags and bags of coffee.
Yeah.
So we're locked and loaded.
Yeah, we're good to go.
God damn, my stomach would hurt so bad. I'd rather do a ball of cocaine than drink coffee all day.
Okay.
I'd be crawling. I'd be crawling out of my skin.
Doing the podcast. Hey guys, what's up? This is Ryan. I'm live from the bathroom and I'm shitting my butt.
What kind of coke you getting? You're shitting your butt out.
You have to pull the condom out of your ass to get it across the border.
That's true.
And that's
That's what I heard.
That's what you've heard.
That's what I heard.
how we made Caleb go and not us.
Yes, much larger ass and get a better supply.
So what's gonna suck the most about the whole thing is all this coffee we're drinking and we're upstairs in the studio and the bathroom is downstairs.
Oh yeah.
We'll get buckets. That's why Lowe's has buckets.
Yeah, we'll just get those Home Depot 5-gallon buckets.
put toilet
So-
over top
Wait,
of
so
it.
then where are you going to dump the bucket? Because obviously after like 20 minutes, it's going to stink to high hell.
That's this window right here.
Yeah.
I feel bad for anyone walking through your neighborhood and like it just a bunch of shit
This is-
dumped up.
This is process of elimination. Who can withstand the smell the
No.
longest?
This window right here.
Funny story, but in New Jersey, that's how you greet your neighbors.
Oh, you.
He's not wrong.
What's up, jerk off? Throw it right off the window there.
That's the Jersey Shore hello.
Now the Jersey Shore's like, bro. They got the fist pump going. I didn't spike my hair up for this. I don't have a good tan. What kind of Guido am I?
Oh,
It's the fucking
good
Eastern
time.
European that coming at me, the pale side.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's all good.
Oh man, I will say this much though, because I will commend you guys, because what you're going to be doing next week is something I don't even think was ever. I didn't think it was conceivable. I'll be straight up on. You know, I can't imagine doing a 40-hour live stream of just one podcast talking to like 10 other podcasts throughout the course of that time.
Do you know why we're doing this?
I really don't, so I really want to know why. Because like I figured it was just like a fame thing, which I completely would understand if it was.
No,
but like,
I
what is the
can-
reason?
I can sum it up in 3 words.
Okay.
I was drunk.
He really was. He made a poster and a Canva and decided to post it all over social media. So now we have to go through with
You
it.
know, like how when you're really loaded, your confidence shoots way up.
Oh hell yeah, it happens every day in my life.
Here we are.
Well, I mean, think about it like this: if you pull this off, your name is in every fucking record or every book of world record that they ever produced for that year.
Yep.
Yeah.
It won't be in
And
Guinness,
somebody has to beat you. Oh, it's not
It
going
won't
to
be
be
in the Guinness. No, we messaged them way long time ago, and
Back
it took
in, like,
them.
February.
Oh no, it was January, and they didn't get
Yeah,
back to us
January.
until what, May or June,
It was right before Derby. It was like
Something
the end
like
of
that.
April.
and they want $15,000 just for one person to stand and watch us do this.
To acknowledge it, yeah.
To acknowledge it.
And we
You
have-
also got to think though, if you came through on it, I feel like you're getting that money back. I would think, like Matt was saying, that your name goes down somewhere and it's going to be there. Even if someone beats it, you're still
Well,
right under him.
The other guy wasn't in the Guinness Book of World Records either.
yeah, the guy that currently holds the record, he's not in the Guinness Book either.
Hey, Paul's in the house.
So then,
So-
where exactly is this record then? Because obviously it has to be made official somewhere, right?
Well, the other option is once it's done, you can send a link to the recording to them.
To the Guinness Book of World Records to see if they accept it.
That way, you say 15 grand, and then they can still get it and back it up.
Hopefully, back it up.
They can view it, and
Well, yeah. I mean, you're doing this on YouTube, right? So it's just an unlisted link, and then just put it on
You-
or a public link or whatever.
Yeah,
We're gonna
'cause-
try.
once we stop recording, since it'll be on YouTube, it automatically uploads to YouTube like right then.
That's what I was telling you, Maddie. You got to get on this, bud.
No, you're right. You're right. Now, here's my question: what is your internet speeds like?
It's good.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say, because the one thing I was worried about is like if you didn't have great internet, you're going to be in for a lot of trouble.
Yeah, no, our internet's good.
Like
So
everything.
one thing StreamYard does though, they basically give you like you basically have an independent server almost, because you can have up to 10 people on the screen at one time, and that will not affect your internet speed. That's all on them.
Yeah, and you can record up to 50 hours straight through.
Okay, you've sold me on StreamYard.
And that's just the premium. That's not like the business. The business side of it is like $50 a month, and it's so much more.
Yeah, you can get 1080 HD. It'll power your camera up to that much.
Yeah, Paul Dick's in the house now. Finally, he was hiding.
I sat here, I had to piss for 30 minutes. That's why I couldn't say anything.
No buckets. I already used them up.
Gosh.
Sorry.
Hey, Ryan.
What'd I do? What you got there? Bullet? Orange?
Yep.
Some good shit.
No, it's not. It's just the Bullet bourbon whiskey. It's just the straight whiskey.
So I bought some Elijah Craig the other day, and these two little bitches. This small batch. What's it say? 1789. I bought some. It says small batch, not single barrel. It wasn't bad. I tried it. I got some bitters to make an old fashioned. I get home. I don't have a fucking orange, so I use a lime instead. It wasn't great.
That's bad. No, the
Yeah, it was bad.
It
was
pre-made
bad.
old fashioned right there.
Oh hell yeah!
Poured over ice.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace old fashioned already in the bottle.
Yeah,
Love it.
Poured over ice.
All you got to do is put your orange peel in it, and
That's it.
you're good to go.
That sounds glorious, by the
It's
way.
fucking delicious.
I don't know. The really sad part is there's a lot of good fucking liquors that I want to try that I don't think are either carried in the state of New Jersey or my local liquor stores.
What do you got, Matt? What are you thinking?
Well, there's a beer that I haven't had in years, and the only reason I know about it because I was staying over Eric's apartment one day when we were in college, and he had this Russian beer that was really fucking good. It was called Baltica. It was number 9, I think it was. I don't know what the difference between that and the other ones are, but it was really fucking good beer. I haven't been able to find it anywhere since.
I think they've shut down those imports.
I would
Don't be
think
a
that's
dick.
the case nowadays, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The fucking President Poo Poo over there. But
Nice.
I will
Brittany
say this.
Spuru.
I will say this much though. What else? And that was the other one. El Segundo's Broken Skull IPA and American Lager. You have to buy online and get it shipped to you. And
You can buy Broken Skull here.
No, it's an IPA.
Yeah, that's the Stone Cold beer.
Oh yeah, it is here.
Yeah, you can go to
so fucking jealous of you two.
yeah. You
Yeah.
Go to the liquor
I
store
have to
buy
get
a
it shipped
12-pack.
from California to here. Okay.
I feel bad. I have not tried one of those, and I haven't tried one.
It's okay.
Allegedly, the IPA is probably one of the better ones you can have, from what I've heard. And the American Lager, I hear, is not as good as the IPA, but it's still a solid beer.
They're okay.
We drank them when we went to Cincinnati with designated quizzers.
Yeah, they were okay. It was underwhelming, honestly.
The
Not
can-
that hoppy or what? What are we talking?
The-
Lay it on me. Tell Stone Cold how you really feel.
Are you talking about shit about my beer? What?
The American Lager, honestly, if you did a blind taste test between that and Budweiser, it's essentially the same fucking thing.
Oh, that's awful. That's the worst thing you could ever tell me.
You just broke my fucking heart.
I was gonna say they all just shattered. Your hearts shattered.
Jason liked the IPA.
But he likes IPA.
Yeah, I'm
We
not
don't.
a big IPA fan.
See, I've never had an IPA, so I wouldn't know. I have a very
You like IPAs?
I despise IPAs.
liked
I love
IPAs.
stouts.
I got a big bone for IPAs. I like them.
Well, then we'll bring
You
you
might-
some from local breweries.
You might like it.
Yeah, they don't bother me. Got a lot of flavor. Usually tastes like skunky weed, which I'm okay with.
I have to drink it because it's what's in his refrigerator. So that's just by default. That's what I drink.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. You could drink Modelo all the time.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Got me.
I thought Modelo was supposed to be better than Corona.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Don't let these people lie to you. They're from Kentucky. What do they know?
We know how to drink
We know bourbon. And whiskey. That's what we know.
bourbon and good beers. But you stop.
No, Modelo is pretty delicious. You need to try it.
Tell you,
If you ain't had a motorboat, you got to try one.
I know I haven't had a chance to. I mean, my selection of beers is very limited because it's depending on what my taste is. I really only like Belgian style beers. So like Blue Moon's up my alley.
Hey, there's the Iceman.
I was like, what?
Fuckers. Oh, Matt.
Iceman, you gonna get in on this? I already sent it out. Shit, might as well. Make it a foursome.
Party.
Let the Iceman in.
Yeah, but going back to my beers, I tried another Belgian beer, and it was like a mixture of like, what was it? Passion fruit and like something else. It was okay,
That was the one.
but it was like it had an off-putting sweet taste that kind of turns me off. And thank God it was only a 4-piece or a 4-pack, because I don't know if I could have had a 6 or 8-pack of those.
Definitely the title of your sex tape, Matt.
Not the title of my
No, but Matt, if you like Belgian beers, you need to get this one called Golden Drac. Andy from TBR turned me on to it. So it's it's fermented live. There's still fermentation going on in there. And when they bottle it, it's like 10.5%, 11%. The longer it sits in the bottle, the better it gets. And it's made by Belgian monks.
It's like a kombucha, then, is what you're telling me.
Exactly. But
Okay.
a Belgian beer.
Okay, I fuck with that idea. If I could find it, again, my local liquor stores can't give me shit. But
when it comes to top shelf beers, there's only one name, and that's Yingling.
Yingling is very good.
Go ahead and tell him, Dick. Tell him how much you love the Yingling.
Oh, I've got a few in my fridge. Yeah.
This is good shit right here.
I don't mind it.
Best thing to come from croutons.
It's Mother Nature in a bottle.
Krauts. That's all right, though. Croutons is fine.
That's what it looks like to me.
You meant Krauts, I guess, but croutons even better. Fuck.
Fuck yeah, it's a salad.
I love croutons.
It's a salad
myself.
at that point.
I think he's talking about sauerkrauts.
I love
Yes.
sauerkraut.
That's all right. We know what he meant. Paul's probably had a couple. Not to mention, it's Paul. What time is it over there? It's probably 1:30 in the morning for him.
Oh shit, is he in the UK?
He lives in Manchester. Yeah, he's a tattoo artist.
Oh fucking A.
Runs a shop in Manchester, I believe.
Nice.
That's dope.
awesome. Tattoos kick ass.
I wish I had some.
His so he does his more. I remember in art class I was really shitty, but you do like that stipulating. You know, it's like all dots. He does some pretty wild shit, tattoos wise. Out of, I mean, it is. Oh my god,
That's awesome.
It's a real shame. Speaking of tattoos, it's a real shame shows like Ink Master are no longer on TV, because I fucking loved that show.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
good show.
I loved, and there was Tattoo Nightmares and all the other spin-offs of Ink Master. I fucking loved those shows, and ever since like Spike transformed into Paramount Network, they did away with them all. And I was just like, man, there's no good tattoo shows on TV anymore, and that's a bummer.
what was the one that Kat Von D, like her show basically started it?
Was she Black
She's
Ink?
gorgeous.
Was she Black Ink Incorporated or Ink?
That might have been the name of her company, but I can't remember what the show was called. Because the one you're talking about is the one with Dave Navarro, right?
Yeah, the one I'm
That's
talking about is
Tattoo
Dave Navarro, but I
Masters.
think Black Ink Crew, I think, is the only other tattoo show that's on TV, and I've never seen it, but I hear it's okay. But I haven't looked into it too much, honestly.
They just go day by day and show like the clients who comes in.
See, See, the thing about Ink Master was it actually challenged artists to do work that they didn't typically do. Like, I don't want to see someone do their comfort zone all the time. I want to see people get challenged. I want to see them excel at something they didn't normally excel at.
What about that show where exes come in and get tattoos? I've never watched the show, but I always see the clips of where they go and pick a tattoo for their ex.
Or
and
their
then,
partner, or their best friend.
fuck.
Or their,
There's times you see them take those glasses off, and it's like, you motherfucker, why did you do that to me? I love that show.
L.A. Inc. was the Cat Von show.
L.A. Inc.?
Yes.
I think that was the orig.
Yeah.
Fun little story.
Well, no, the original tattoo show was. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You go first.
No, you're good.
What was the original show, Dick? Let's hear it.
The original was that Hart and Huntington over in Las Vegas.
Corey Hart.
When they opened it in the Palms.
Pink's husband.
I don't know that one, but I was going to say, when I was in college, my college radio station had the pleasure of, what's it called? Broadcasting a live broadcast for a couple of hours at the Philadelphia tattoo convention that Villain Arts runs, because they do like shows all across the country. And when they were in Philly, Eric, to his credit, got our station on to that sort of deal. And I think, as far as I know, we're the first and only people to ever actually broadcast from a tattoo convention.
That's awesome.
I got to meet so many people from Ink Master that day too. It was like the dopest day of my life at that point.
And you didn't get one tattoo?
I was just about to say it. You didn't get one?
I mean, I was only there for the one time that we were all there for, but I think Eric got tattooed. I think he got tattooed. I'm not sure if he did or not. I don't know. I might be wrong. I won't. He's not here. I won't speak for him, but I think he did get tattooed that day.
I'm sure if you had asked, though, they would have hooked you up at least.
I didn't have the money to do it. I mean, I was broke in college. I was dead fucking broke.
We were all.
You could have got the station tattooed on your ass or something. WYKZZ.
I would prefer not to have 77 the Bronx WRR.
The Bronx, yes. You could have got a majestic steed tattooed.
I just picture him getting a boat, like a small little dinghy boat, and with boobs on it.
I love that.
Yeah,
I mean,
like instead of a mermaid up front, it's a pair of titties just right up
on
front.
On the boat, it's got his name written.
Motorboat
in, like,
Matt.
Yeah, it says in cursive. It says Motorboat Matt.
Hold on. On second thought, get something strong like a tugboat. No dinghy. Don't call it a dinghy. Get you a tugboat.
No, you know what's even better? Like a Viking ship, because they had the
I love it.
designs and shit on in the front. Get a
That
Viking
ship
with a naked woman with a massive rack. And
there you go.
That's what I'm looking for.
There we go. There's your first tattoo.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I already know what my first tattoo will be. That will be
That's your second tattoo.
I know if I ever get a tattoo, I know what the first tattoo will be.
What are we getting?
So, I'm not a religious man, but I very much appreciate my grandparents and who they've made me out to be over the years. Now, my grandfather has since passed away. His anniversary's coming up in a week or two. So what I want when my grandmother eventually passes away, and that seems that date may come sooner than later, I want to get an ornate Catholic cross, like well done up with like jewels and a golden color and such. And like
there it is.
A tattered Italian flag somewhere draped along there, and have their names inscribed in some way, shape, and form on the tattoo. That's my idea.
You know, it'd be cool to get the flag like to hang over both arms of the cross. You know what I mean? Like it's wrapped around its neck.
See,
I'm super cool if you can get your mic levels correct.
Oh, get out of here. Well, guys, that's all from Matty Ice. We'll see you later.
My next tattoo is I'm gonna get a portrait of Dick and Dayton right here over my heart.
Oh, I'll send you the picture. I'll send you the picture.
But it's gonna be Dick's face on Hulk Hogan's body, and he's gonna be doing the flex.
Oh my god!
I thought it'd be like a gape tattoo or something.
No, do the Dusty Rhodes tattoo.
Ooh, yeah. Get the lucha dick on your chest. That's even better.
The American dream.
Cruiserweight champion of the world.
I got plenty of tattoos for us. We're all good.
An ex-girlfriend of mine and I got matching baked potato, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head tattoos.
Anatomically correct or what?
This one
Oh fuck! I see it right there
Yeah,
now.
it's right there, but that's hers.
Keep the tattoo.
Yeah, you still got it.
Also,
Yes.
it's just like I don't give a shit about if she still has. Odds are she might have removed it, but you have it forever.
She has not removed it, but every person that's with her that looks at her arm is like, "What's that from?" And then the story goes.
Like the
Tell
bird.
a fucking story.
I've ruined her. Yes.
Iceman, what are you up to besides criticizing our audio levels?
Hey, look, if you're getting me in the feed, I'm gonna say something because I can barely understand you guys. Like, I'm not kidding when I say that. It is just muffled and gross, and I'm not gonna stand for this shit.
Matty Ice is a professional out here. He's got like
Nah.
10
Hey,
podcasts.
if it makes you feel better, for the first 5 minutes, I couldn't hear Motorboat and Matt because I had them muted on my computer.
A motorboat and son of a bitch, and you couldn't even hear. You couldn't even hear him. But if you're gonna summon me, I'm gonna come. You can't just say like get in here and then not expect me to show up. So
Title of your
I'm
sex
here.
tape.
What the fuck do you want?
Yes, what is the actual title of your sex tape?
You're gonna summon me.
If
I'm
you
gonna
I'm
come.
gonna show up.
Hey, that's not bad actually.
I was gonna say my
Uh-oh.
mind went straight to with the fucking gutter because I mean after all I do co-host 69 Whiskey after all. So
Have ya
right
met
to the gutter
Oh.
my mind went.
Ah, you're the other Matt that everybody said was cooler than me, and I was like, ah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot.
So whenever I
I
do
mean,
long time
hashtag
ago.
Team Matt, that's the Matt that I'm hashtagging.
no,
We've been calling him Matty the entire time, just so you know.
I don't care. I'm not the one who made that up. Somebody else made that up.
I
And
think it was Don. I think Don started that.
No, yeah, he did. He started a lot
No.
of shit, but that was something that he definitely, that was something that he definitely started, and I was just like, okay, sure.
What, the
I mean,
hashtag?
no, the
Oh, the
I'm
Matty?
the shitty Matt. I don't know.
I really didn't care. I mean, I was just kind of playing along with it.
Oh, I know. It was just funny. I was like, okay. I mean, I think I popped
ask
in one day.
anybody. I mean, I try and get along with anybody in the group or even.
Hold on. Do we have a Thunderdome between the two Matts? I love this.
This is getting awkward.
What's going on here?
Not awkward at all.
I love this. I wish I could rearrange you guys so you're sitting face to face.
Mike,
Matty,
take your shirt
you're
off.
a
It's
hell of
getting
There we go.
Hold on, wait a minute.
You're a
Mike, take your
wrestling
shirt
fan,
off, it's
right?
getting
On the
awkward.
cell match.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better, Mike.
I was gonna take mine off, but I thought it would be inappropriate, so I was like,
I have too much chest hair. They would ruin the feed. I think that would pretty much get everybody out of here.
I mean, yeah,
whoever's
it's just
still in it.
snow.
same. So I mean,
It's awful.
Just get that bearskin rug out. Fuck it. Who cares?
I mean, there is a rug up here. And
Let me lay on it like Burt Reynolds.
not the title, not the title of my sex tape. There's a rug up here. Oh, is that Dick? Has he been speaking? Because when I was on here, he didn't say shit, and I'm still
Barely.
As soon as you came on, he stopped talking.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Birthday, by the way.
You're too intimidating.
I think he's afraid of me.
I am not intimidating whatsoever. There's no way that I'm intimidating.
No, I'm sure you know Brad is our sports guy, and when you were on that night, it turned into an NCAA. You know, it was pretty much college sports night, and I just don't have any knowledge of college sports.
I have no
mean-
knowledge of sports.
That's not true.
Go
Isn't
Colts.
drinking a sport? Didn't they make a movie called Beer Fest?
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
That wasn't meant to be an insult at all, by the way. It was
It's
just I was like,
amazing.
If you're not into sports, then explain tailgating on game day.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is.
See, that's part of the game. you tailgate before kickoff.
I mean, he's not wrong. Tailgating should be a sport. I mean,
Look
when
at
I
the
was-
Buffalo Bills make it a sport. I mean, hell,
I mean, they throw themselves through tables.
Bill's
I
Mafia.
mean,
on fire.
oh yeah.
That
Wait,
is
they're
one
on fire.
tailgate I would love to go to.
I would love to go to a Bills
And
tailgate.
I want to try the guy's pizza out of the fucking filing cabinet. I don't know. They sound like he is the best cook in that parking lot, but
I mean, I'd eat it. It's just like when it's really hot and you bake cookies in the back of your car because it's like fucking smoldering back there. So you just low and slow bake some cookies in the back seat. And what's
Yeah.
I've never done that.
yeah,
could
if
do
it gets
that
hot
here.
enough and you have the temperature in your car, you just have to watch them. But if it's like 250 in the car, it's not really that much different than an oven.
I saw a TikTok of a guy that did that with a steak. He cooked a T-bone on his dashboard.
This
That
has
guy.
to have been in Arizona because I actually just saw a video
Yeah.
of them cooking eggs.
all right. So
Yeah, it was Arizona.
They have an alert to remove your child from the back of the car. Do they have one for the cookies? That's what I need to know.
I mean, you know. So I guess that'll depend. That now gets down into my wheelhouse of fat boydom and how we all like our cookies. I mean, we going crunchy or are we going that like
Soft?
Thank you. Who just said that?
I did.
Perfect.
Soft with really cold glass of milk and.
Hold on, Tabby. Go ahead.
I'll eat the cookie dough. I don't care.
Yeah,
Don't make it.
Yeah, it's like eating the embryo. You'll totally do that. You'll totally eat the cookie in embryo form first. Like that's cool.
Am I gonna get castrated for saying that I like a mixture of soft and crunchy?
Like soft on the inside, crunchy on the
No,
outside.
I was just gonna say I like a soft cookie that's been in the freezer for about 20 minutes. So it's kind of hard, but it's still
cool.
soft. Yeah.
Title of your sex tape.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Freezer for 20 minutes.
I'm not sure how that would work.
Title of
Freezer for 20 minutes. It's a little crazy.
Great. Now I got to change the name of this.
Dang.
You invited us.
Yeah, you did invite me specifically. Like I was perfectly
True.
happy to
Sitting in the background, calling everybody fuckers.
No, that's an American Pie reference. When Stifler's brother shows up to the beach house, fuckers. Like that was what I was trying to get at.
No, it's good. We're fuckers. It's a true story.
Stifler's mom.
Stifler's. That's right.
Let's still get after it.
Did you see that? Did you see the article or she was in Vanity Fair or one of those magazines?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, and she basically was like, God, if it wasn't for that movie, I wouldn't have fucked the 200 guys that I ended up fucking because of the movie. And I'm like, that's getting after it. Like,
Was it only 200?
I mean, she
remembers.
That she remembers.
200 guys she had, quote, no business having sex with, I think is how she put it. So,
That's awesome that she put it that way. She's wildly overestimating us.
201.
I mean,
Oh, shit.
200 is, I mean, maybe I'm underselling myself, but that seems like a lot of work. Like it depends on when you start. 200, that's a lot.
Pepperidge Farm.
I don't know. There's a few people I know that make 200 seem like light work.
Maybe it is.
Other than Wilt Chamberlain, who are we talking about? Give us the tea. We need the tea, Matt. Come on.
Matt, what is that one porn star that did the 24-hour train?
The Houston 500.
The Houston 500.
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan and
Porn stars
Brad
don't
and
count.
Nick talked about that.
Oh, porn stars don't count.
Porn stars don't count. I mean, they do that for a living. I'm talking
That's
about
true.
your average Joe who's just, bopping around here and is just like, I don't know. I mean, maybe 200 is light. I don't know.
I mean, the only 3 people I know of that have had that amount of sex, or at least relatively in that ballpark, are all my podcast co-hosts, and that's
Leave my mother out of this. Son of a bitch.
No, Mike and Dante have definitely have fucked a lot of women, and Eric as well.
I was gonna say Eric has had
Eric definitely. I mean, he talks about it all the time.
All the
Mike
time.
and Dante. I mean, I think we're just starting to get into the cusp of some of the stories they've said.
You know, Matt, one person I have followed from one of your previous episodes is the Wheelchair Barbie. She puts out a lot of good shit on Instagram, and you know what I mean? Like,
Let me tell you something. For episode 69, because in my mind, episode 69 is like the godsend episode, like the episode that you have to step up. That was like our episode 100 before episode 100. I must have come up with 3 different guests, 2 of which backed out on us at the last minute before recording. When I got in touch with her and she said yes and everything went perfectly fine, I was so happy. And she's such a sweet girl too. She's the sweetest person that I think we have interviewed up to this point.
Yeah, that's cool.
and what a way to take. Most people would like sit around and be like, well, I got one leg that doesn't really work very well. You know what I mean? Fuck, she does something with it. You know what I mean? That's awesome.
I haven't seen.
I'm being serious. Matt, don't give me that look.
She's making
I see it on your
lemonade.
face.
As you
I
said,
mean,
she's
that-
getting
that-
after it.
Oh, she's getting after it, bud. That's not a prop leg, but
Listen, guys, that won't be the first time we have someone like that on our show. I mean, I have aspirations to talk to some very famous people in the adult entertainment industry if things ever work out in our favor. So,
With that cowboy hat, you're going to reach 400 in a matter of 2 years.
you should be wearing the cowboy hat right now.
Agreed.
It's in my car.
God.
I have work tomorrow, so I put it in there.
Damn it, son.
And is your car like 6-7 miles away, or is it out of the driveway?
I don't feel like going out to get it.
I feel like that could be on the head at this point. Just saying.
This must be in the Iceman's wheelhouse. He really wants to see the hat now.
I mean, shit. I mean, I'll post it in the chat.
I love it.
See the hat.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
Put it in the chat right now. I mean, give me 1 second.
We talking 10-gallon here? Like, what kind of hat we talking about?
No, but it's definitely like a big. The funny part about it is I literally like got it like 3 or 4 miles down the road in another town. That's like the bumblefuck part of that town. And it was like, what was it? A Tractor Supply Company. I'm just like, oh, $50 for a hat. Shit, that's in my wheelhouse. I'll fucking buy it. It was the best quality hat they had. Everything else sucked.
No, what's in my wheelhouse is ridiculously large items that don't need to be ridiculously large, which is why I love the Halloween costume of somebody going as like a globe or a basketball or something, and you're just bumping into everybody at the party, but you can't do anything about it because your costume's just that large. And you're like, I'm sorry, it's just me. Like
sumo here. Yeah. Excuse me.
Blow up dinosaur.
Yes, exactly. And then if people get mad at you, you're like, especially if you're the T-Rex and you got your arms like this, like, I'm sorry. But sombreros, anything like that. It's totally my wheelhouse because it's ridiculous.
Or Ralph Macchio's shower costume from the first Karate Kid.
Yeah, that's in. If we were to make a top 5 like movie Halloween costumes, that's got to be in there.
Because if you've got that whole thing in front of your whole face, you can't see shit.
No.
Just for the record, the cowboy hat photo is now in the Pubtime Power Hour chat. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Love it.
So
for those that want to see the ridiculousness of me in a cowboy hat.
Let's see here.
You got to give yourself a little more credit. It's not ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking rock that hat. I really rock that hat.
That's a little Jim Ross kind of thing going on there. I like it.
Good old JR.
My God, King, this match is a slobber knocker.
Kidding me? I love it.
You want a wrestling hot take? JR can't call matches anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
He's out of there.
I
mean, it's painful.
I know he wants to go to 50 years, but I don't think he's gonna make 50 years. That's why they keep having him show up halfway through the Dynamite. Another hot take. AEW is not that good.
Agreed.
It's different. That's what it is. It's different. Yes. That's what people want. People want something different.
Okay. For what it is, it's okay. But if they're not WWE, then they never will be. Not with the level of production they have right now, because the level of production they have and some of the matches they've been putting out the last couple of weeks, dog shit. Does anybody really want to rewatch Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho in a barbed wire fucking shark cage match? That match.
Did that happen? Did that happen?
Like 4 weeks ago. It was horrendous. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen all year. And I love Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho, and it hurts my soul to say that match is terrible, but it was not a good match.
But yeah, I think that's what they're going for. It's a different product. You know what I mean?
Like this
fucking nose on a simple move.
We're talking about wrestling.
Jericho's seen better days for sure. He was pretty floppy.
The match with Moxley though last week was fucking great. It was really good, but it makes up for the fucking shit we got a few weeks prior to that. But I could talk wrestling all day. I don't want to get into this.
I started some shit there, just even talking about JR.
You got me a little passionate there for a minute, Maddie.
It's that goddamn cowboy hat.
Grilling with motorboat and Matt. That's what we got to do.
That'll be the third podcast I have. I'm already catching up to Maddie already, man. He's got like 5.
No, I used to. I've got. I mean, well, you got to remember, I'm promoting other shows that I'm not on. So most of those are ones that I'm not a part of. I could not spread my time like that thin.
So of the ones you're a part of, how many are there?
2.
Okay, 2. So you and I are on the same level then on that case.
Actually, I just stole Brad for my other one.
I got 2.
Yeah, he turned in his 2-week notice yesterday.
Yeah, this was supposed to be his farewell show. He didn't even show up.
He told me he wasn't going to be here because he couldn't record with me either. So we had to delay our first episode until next week. So
get used to it. Get used to it.
Yeah, but the thing about it though is, and Ryan knows this, I've been monologuing for 2 years. So if Brad doesn't show up, I just monologue the episode and we keep rolling.
There's not like anything good happened in sports this week anyway, so maybe next week.
It's only preseason.
What were you gonna say, Matt?
No, I was going to say, because I find it tough, at least nowadays for me anyway, because at least with Bromigos, I have 3 other people I can bounce stuff off of. And I think we all do a very good job of interjecting our shit in. With me and Eric, it's like sometimes trying to come up with content if we don't have an interview is tough. Like you monologuing if no one shows up, like that takes some fucking courage. Not even courage, just like ingenuity.
Every week, at one point, I did have 4 podcasts that I was a part of. 3 of them were monologues. The other one was co-host. But even still, I put together the content for that one too. I don't know. I mean, I public speak in my job, so maybe monologuing isn't that foreign, but it would be a hell of a lot easier if I had people to bounce ideas off of, which is why I'm hoping that Brad will take a little bit of responsibility.
In radio, there's terms. One of them's called generator, and I think the other one's reactor. Generator is the main host, the ones that steers the ship, and then the reactor is the one that interjects the most. And I consider myself to be more of the reactor, because I like bouncing off other people. When other people speak, things pop off in my head. I'll have general questions, sure, but I like having conversations as opposed to interviewing them for the sake of interviewing and asking the same dribble over and over again that probably anybody else has asked them before,
Well, Dick's our generator. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know.
Oh. What is Brad called? The gaslighter?
Yeah, Dick's our gaslighter.
Yeah.
That fucker, he just light a match and walk away. That's what he does.
Watch these guys go at each other.
Well, that does bring up a good philosophical question about our shows in general, because I think all 4 of us have various types of shows with other people. I think I'm the Lone Ranger in terms of not having as many co-hosts, but that's coming up. But do you guys feel as if you like having somebody who knows how to steer the ship, or does it not work? What in the hell was that?
That's a cooler. This is a cooler. I think it's good for different topics. Like Matt was saying, big boner about wrestling, right? So if you have an episode about wrestling, he's going to be the generator. What's so funny, Tabby? Just because I said Dick's making all that noise?
Yes, that's exactly it.
I think it changes show to show. If it's something you're interested in, you're going to be the generator.
About it like this, when I post from the Bromigos account, I'm posting the behind the scenes clips that we have. I mean, when I posted the new episode, I'm laughing my fucking ass off. It's Mike and Dante really the one generating the content. I'm just sitting there hysterically laughing, gasping for air. So,
I saw you were trying not to cry there from laughing.
I was crying. I don't think you realize I was crying.
What was said that made you laugh that hard?
You haven't listened to the episode yet? I can't spoil it.
Okay. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's up.
It's on the episode. It's not the first. You'll miss the first minute of it. Everything else that happens after is basically what happens on the show. But you miss the first minute of context, unfortunately. But
damn it!
It was. I can't say it.
I think that Mike is a really good generator, and Caleb and I feed off of that. On Ladies Night, I'm the generator and Lisa feeds off of it, but then Jen and myself feed off of that. So it's kind of like an endless cycle.
Yeah, I think between Happy Hour and Ladies Night, there's great chemistry amongst all the hosts. Usually, if we can't come up with a topic by Wednesday?
No, Thursday.
Well, yeah, Wednesday or Thursday, we'll say, well, hey, let's do a virtual drinking game.
That's always our go-to.
Yeah, if all else fails, let's play a drinking game. We've done a couple of those.
We've done more than a couple.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying. And it ends up turning into we have a blast recording it.
And Tabby tells everybody that she loves them at the end of the episode.
Yeah, and I tell everyone that I only like some of you because I don't.
We all expect that at the end of this.
Oh, me telling everybody that I love them.
And Mike, some of us.
And Mike, some of us.
What is it?
I wonder where I fall on that list.
I like some
which
of you
list?
More than you deserve, and
Mike's.
What is it that Bilbo says in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, I only like half of you as much as you deserve, and half of you only deserve as much. Hold on. You gotta give me a second.
We know what you meant.
I'm not as much as you deserve. Oh my God, you had to kill me on this one because it's my movie.
Here it is.
My turn to nerd out.
I like less of you. I like less than half of you as well as you deserve. The greater half of you deserve to be better liked.
Thank you, Mike.
That's my way of saying I love you guys.
That's his way of saying you decide on who I like and fuck the rest of you.
Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you. It's heartfelt.
And I mean
And I
every word-
love
mean every word of
everybody.
it.
What about you, Matty Ice? How do you feel about this?
He hates everyone.
He hates
equally.
all of us.
He is the least likable Matt in the group.
Hold on, no, and this goes all the way back to the Matt versus Tabby feud. I've been hashtag Team Matt since day one because everybody was busting his balls, and I said, you know what, fuck this.
No, they weren't.
I'm Team
Yes,
Matt.
they were.
They were.
Everybody was. Everybody
was.
I just
busting
played
Matt's
along.
And then everybody
I have no-
said Team Matt.
Yeah,
Which is
'cause-
funny because I'm much more introverted, I think, than people realize. So whenever I get into these chat groups and like I'm cool most of the time when you're ragging on me, like that's fine. But at some point it became like, all right, every single time I'm in this chat group, somebody's fucking saying something about me, and I'm like, I don't really have the energy for this, so I just kind of ducked out of the group. I stayed in it, but I was like, I don't really want to have to deal with this because I deal with enough assholes in my daily life. And it's not like people were assholes. It's just, all right, I get it. And I went through this in high school too, where the same people would like do this. And I'm like, look, I get it. Okay. Like you got the last laugh. Like that's fine. Can we just move on to something else and like evolve, I guess, as topics? And so I just was like, all right, I'm just kind of gonna do my thing. And then I ended up talking with most of you all anyway, offline and for some reason, and that's just kind of the way I've always been. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm the perfect person for that because you can rag on me, and I'm just like, okay. And then I ended up, just ducking out, not even being pissed. I was just like,
That's how we got to be friends and closer.
Exactly.
I mean, I relate to that wholeheartedly, Matt, because I'm similar, except at some point, having been bullied previously past, like I have a relatively thick skin nowadays.
Yeah.
I thank my buddies who are in Ireland who have helped tease me enough to where I can deal with that sort of thing. But like after a while, like even Eric, sometimes he'll get on my nerves, and I'll be like, I'll be close to snapping. I'll be close to snapping on him, but I hold my tongue.
It depends on what it is. Like I'm always good at discerning what's good natured and what's not. And I think this goes for anything, just like not even just like chat groups, but just in general. It's hard sometimes because every day isn't the same. So some days I'd get in the chat group and the first thing would be somebody would, instead of saying, I would be like, hey, what's up, everybody? And then I get hit with some shit. And I'm like, I don't really feel like this today. Like I actually wouldn't mind getting involved in one of these long chats that we would have where my phone would be ringing off the hook. You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes I'm just like, fuck this. I don't want to deal with this. And I think that's everybody. Sometimes we have different bullshit thresholds depending on whatever's going on in our life. And then some days I'd be like, yeah, it's cool. So I guess I'm lame maybe. And I just am not as cool as everybody else. And I was like, whatever. So I even stopped doing a lot of stuff in that group because I'd get shit for posting my own tweets. And I'm like, well, this is dumb now. Like I can't even do that. So I'm just not even, because at some point it does feel personal. And when you've been bullied, it's hard to discern which one it is. So when you go along with it long enough, and then it's like the littlest things become triggering. Like I said, when it's like, oh, you're spamming your content. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, have you been watching this chat group for the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks? That's all anybody says. And I'm spamming, and I'm like, fuck off. So I was just whatever. So that's what ended up happening with me in this chat group. And I feel bad because I think people get this impression of me that I'm an asshole. And I'm like, no, I just didn't feel like dealing with that stuff because it wasn't fun anymore. Like it gets to a point where it's not fun.
Did you just put a straw in your beer, Ryan?
No, I put a lime, but I'm wondering, did I blank out on this? Did I fuck with you? I don't remember. I don't remember this.
I don't think so. It was mostly the same thing. It was mostly Don, and like at first it was fine, and I didn't really have anything against him at all. But again, it just became one of those things where it's like, all right, dude, I get it. Okay, like the joke has kind of run its course a little bit. Can we just become adults again? That's all that
'Cause
I wanted.
I'm pretty specific. I fuck with everybody. It's when I stop fucking with you, we're no longer friends.
Game over.
It's over.
And I think between the three of us and our conversations, it's always 2-on-1, but you never know who's on the two side and who's on the one. It's guaranteed two people are going to gang up on you, or you're going to gang up on one person, but you just don't know at that point how this is going to roll. And I feel like I've never taken anything personally. I know that anything that's said is based on a true story, but at the same time,
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was gonna say, for what it's worth, I was Team Matt since day fucking one, right out of the gate.
See, that was actually funny. That stuff I wish had picked up a little bit of steam, but nobody went along with it, so it just kind of died on the vine. But that would have been actually very funny.
You could have been the original weak dick energy if you'd have just got in there first. You seen the stickers? I could have sent you one. Shit.
And like I said, when I originally got, it's funny thinking it's August now, right? So it's August 16th, and I think I started getting into that chat like in early March. Like really, we were having some of those epic back and forths. We had the one about music, which was great because
that was amazing.
Yeah, and I was recording that night, but I couldn't put my phone down because we were talking about, and it was actually funny because Don, remember those metal groups, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck this is, and that was actually very funny because I'm like, all right, I know where he's coming from because most of my friends had no idea any of that stuff. So it was nice to have some camaraderie and then throwing ideas back and forth. And somewhere along the line, something changed. And I don't know what changed in that group, because if you look at what's happened since then, there's a lot of things. I don't know if we should be doing this live, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of
no, we are a dirty laundry. Bring it in. Let's do it.
A lot of things changed, and it seemed like the tone of the group changed. And you look at some of the people have dropped off, like they've dropped off podcasting completely. And there was so many things happening with what's her name,
Ebony.
and the harassment stuff, and like that was real heavy. And it's like, well, where's that coming from? And it was like, this is the part of any group that you get into that really pisses me off, because we're all in this for the same thing. Like, we're having fun doing this. This is fun, right? I should actually be recording my shit, but I'm not, because this is more fun, and that's the point. And then at some point, it's like people ruin it. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know what stops that. And I don't know if it's because, again, we're all trying to push our own stuff, and therefore we lose the idea that it's like we can coexist here. Like, I mean,
well, there for a while, we had a really good run where we could bounce shit off each other. And like you said, it's basically over now.
I don't think it's over.
We used to have about 20 people that you could sit and just all night long, like you said, just back and forth. Even though it was fucking around, whatever the case may be. But that luster is kind of gone.
I think it's slowly getting back to it, though. I mean, I think after all the toxicity and stuff kind of went away, I mean, now it's, for right now anyway, because I think every chat sort of has this deal.
They do.
But they have, it's kind of just us like sharing our stuff, but we still have conversations back and forth. I don't think we have nearly as much conversations as we should, and that either equates to what Maddie said about the tone of the group changing, which I've also noticed, or it's just people are busy. And a lot of the times, like, I wish I can participate in some of these conversations, but they all happen at the most inopportune time for me. So,
do y'all I have a question for you guys? Like, this is podcasting in general, not the group, but do y'all feel like there's a bunch of people on Twitter who are supposed to be sort of allies for us, and it's a lot of fucking gatekeeping in podcasting? Like, there's just a lot of people who are like, oh, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, and I'm not talking about people who are tweeting and podcasting about like making your show a business. To me, that's a little bit different. I'm talking about people like us, like indie people who don't really have a leg to stand on that is any different than what we have. And you just see a lot of that hate and gatekeeping about like what you should do, or not should do, but I think you know what I'm talking about. And I've just noticed it lately, and I'm like, where's this coming from? Like, I
mean, if you name names, if we can block these names out, it would be a lot easier for me to know who you're talking about or what you're talking about. Like,
listen, I'll say it. I know exactly what he's saying. There's people, you'll take time out of your day, whatever the fuck they're talking about. It could be a Disney podcast. And you try to help those people out, and you do everything you can to try to get them out to different people. Maybe they find a new listener, whatever the case may be. But then when it turns around and it's time that you want a little bit of a favor or a little bit of a shout out or whatever the case may be, it's a one-way fucking street. And eventually, over time, you start to be like, you know what? They almost bring you down to their level, even though that's not what you want to do. I still, for myself, I send shit out, whether it's something I'm interested in or not. I don't know what, maybe 800 other people might be interested in it. Here you go look at it. You know what I mean? But it's always I know exactly what he's saying. Because there's people you can, Pixie, what's her name? Abigail. Fucking everything, anything I post, that lady takes time, sends it out, and she does it for fucking everyone.
Yep.
She is the minority.
This one,
you know what I mean?
That's why she was on my shout out the first month, which that's actually on the docket for this week is my second shout out. But I laugh at that because I'm like, I wonder where the line is. Like, what could I tweet and Abigail won't retweet it? Because she's on a heater right now. Like, I don't know what she does all day long besides just retweet shit. I'm impressed. Like, it's amazing. She retweeted a thread that I created the other day that had nothing to do with anything podcasting related. It was something else, and she retweeted it, and I was like, I don't even know if she read it. Like, I don't know.
She retweeted my sunburn.
Yeah,
she's all about it.
Has anyone met Abigail? Is she a bot?
What's up, Chris?
I've had conversations with her in spaces actually, and she's a very nice person to talk to. Super sweet. Her and I and a few other people in her spaces have gotten along very, very well. I don't talk to her nearly as much as I should because I'm trying to hop in spaces a lot more. Like I hop into Podfather's chats on Monday all the time, or when he's.
Wait, we know you don't hop into vaginas.
Ooh.
He's got that cowboy hat now. You better watch yourself.
Cowboy hat. You missed it.
You and Mike might both be in trouble.
Mike have a cowboy hat?
Oh.
Nope.
Or is it a Bud Light cowboy hat, like made out of a case of beer? Like, because that would actually be the one to go with, right?
Jesus Christ.
Is that Gunner?
No. It's
the dog.
This thing.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
She's a big old moose.
We got face. Yeah.
She's the CEO for Happy Hour. Oh, both.
And then that one.
Both dogs.
We got two.
And now that one's in, they both gotta be in. Jealous.
I get no
What are you
love.
doing talking to these people?
I got no love.
There are
over
some
here.
days I'd rather talk to my dog than humans.
Bro,
I don't have dogs, so I have no choice but to talk to humans.
Well,
we'll send one
That's
of our dogs to you, Matt. You can have
That'd be
one.
nice. My mom
they
will probably kill me if that was the case. She doesn't like dogs, but
What?
yeah,
How do you not like dogs?
she doesn't like any big animals.
She kept you around.
yeah.
Oh.
That's a
I'm
good
just
one.
saying.
Well, funny,
Fuck.
I mean, I'm not sure if anybody's followed my personal Twitter and kept track of the little foxes I had in my backyard.
I did on the
Yeah.
Instagram. They're adorable.
Well, I mean, we didn't see them. I think the week of the last 3 or 4 days of June to July 4th weekend, we haven't seen them. And then all of a sudden, we saw one of the babies come back to where it was born, and I think it's staying in there now. But I don't think anybody else is there.
You think one of
So-
the babies just showed up and kind of made roots there on its own?
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming because for full disclosure, so in my backyard, there's a giant dirt hump right behind my shed, which that's where they were born and that's where they stayed for the entire duration of the spring and summer. So I think that's where he's either staying or a little bit farther back, because behind my house is nothing but woods, and the next house isn't for another block behind that point. So he or she, whatever it is has more than enough room to burrow anywhere it wants. Now, the problem is I discovered that there are now 2 raccoons between my yard and my neighbor's yard that are now hanging out, which I don't like. So I hope it's not fucking with my fox, because that fox is the last one standing as far as I know of.
So,
Not even
but
the mother has jumped.
The fox is still there?
Well, I mean, the one baby, as far as I know, is still there because we just saw it last night or whenever I tweeted out that last tweet about it. The mom isn't there anymore for some reason, which that's where she was for a long time.
Well, man, a fox is a wild dog, so you have a dog.
Technically, yes.
He just lives
Actually,
outside.
I think a fox is a cat.
No, fox is a dog. It's a wild dog.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ask
Please, let's Google this. Let's see.
we did technically.
We're gonna see a domestic here live. I love it.
Technically,
I love it. I'm so excited.
man, I have videos when they were like 4 weeks old, not even. The mom brought home a squirrel, and all 5 of those babies went to town on that
Canines.
bitch.
Domestic dogs and wolves.
Boom.
Oh damn it!
Foxes.
There you go. That was the easiest domestic I've ever seen.
Didn't even have to call the cops this time.
Oh man.
Maybe Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe Friday. Well, it is 9:00 here, so
Hey, before you leave,
Yeah.
let everybody know where they can find the Iceman.
MattySmedia.com. At Matty
What do
S. Freights on Twitter, I guess, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You can find me everywhere. I'm
In your
busy.
studio 99% of the time?
No,
I'm just
I wish. I wish.
Tripping sports,
Yeah.
trip and spill.
Yes. You,
Give it all to them. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, I've been noticing some new states showing up, so I'm either pissing off a lot of people with some of my content, or they're finding me and liking what they're seeing. Either way, I don't actually really care, because if they don't like what I'm doing but they're listening, they're helping me out regardless. So thank you.
Colin Cowherd did it for a very long time.
For what it's worth, Matt, you know, since that whole me versus you gimmick is now, I would say, dead and gone. Thank God.
No, it's not done yet.
Is this the makeup episode?
I am declaring it done. We are both officially the Cool Mats. That's all I'm going to say.
The gimmick is done.
The
Like
gimmick is
so
done.
many, like
Listen.
every first name in WWE.
I can only handle so many gimmicks at this point on my own. So we are now both officially just the Cool Mats in the chat.
Well, Brian's the one who came up with the Iceman. I don't like you. Nobody else calls me that. So that's one that you have coined, and you've cornered the market on that one. And everybody likes Little Ice, so that one's sticking around. Although that one actually I love because it's a double entendre. It's kind of like could be my kid, could be my penis, like one of the two things. I'm not really sure. So depending on the day.
Yeah, Little Ice sounds better than Ice Cube. So
Someone already has that name.
Let me just tell you, parenting, right? So the 2.5 is a fun age, except when it's not. And I'm sure Mike and Tabby and Ryan, you can attest to this. But let me just tell you, the little guy today, he was in his feelings tonight for I don't know why. And I was giving him a bath, and he was super, super pissed, like having a huge meltdown. And all I could see was a giant boner that he had. And I was like, yo, like, come on.
all right,
And he's just looking at me and he's like, I want mommy. And I was like, not with that thing hanging out. Like, there is no way I'm calling your mother in here.
so that simmers down a little bit.
Yeah.
So-
like, look, and because he's at the age now where he recognizes it, and he's like, Daddy, my penis. And I'm like, what's wrong with it? And he's like, it's not down. And I'm like, look, dude, like, and he's like, can you put it down for me? And I'm like,
No, that's the last goddamn thing I'm gonna do. Tell you that right now.
because he's like, and he's such a dude. He sits on the couch and he's got his hand down his pants, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, my penis. And I was like, no, I'm aware of that. Like, everybody and their mother can see what you're doing here. So it's just great today when he's like, I want mommy, and I'm like, dude, no, like, just there's so much of what is happening here that your mother doesn't need to be aware of. Like,
Put the tiger back in its cage, man. Put the tiger back in its cage.
Just wait till he figures out the magic trick. He becomes a magician.
just
David Copperfield will learn how to put that thing away.
makes me think of South Park. You remember when they were doing the Red Rocket thing and they didn't know what the
Oh my
dog, and then they're jacking
Oh,
off the
with the
dog
dog?
with the hook up, like,
No.
Red Rocket, Red Rocket, Red Rocket. And I'm like, this is, I mean,
I'll
was
tell you
just-
what.
it was funny.
Give him a phone, tablet, Xbox, PlayStation. I don't care.
Or a
Video
Playboy.
game. No,
Or hose him down.
Do it like a man. Give him a Playboy.
no, literally. Gunner
Jugs.
here. He's too busy playing his video games.
Yeah, Gunner
He used to be all about his penis. He'd walk around the house just touching it. Like I was like, wait, whoa, stop.
You now reminded me, this is what the fight was all about, because I wouldn't let him take an iPad in the bathtub, because I'm like, look, electronics, water, they don't really mix.
Yeah,
And
no,
So he had a power boner. You let him work that thing out. There's no way. You don't wake a sleeping child.
No.
You let him figure that thing out on his own.
Well, it was just great because like also the water level was perfect so that just the tip was hanging out too. So it was like this is all that I could see. I was like,
It was the Edmund Fitzgerald. I know exactly what you're talking about. God damn it.
the Loch Ness monster rug walking around. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. It was just like
We killed Matt.
sorry, like that's just what it was. I was like,
I had to walk away for that one. Oh my god.
That is
So that thing was treading water. I know exactly where you're at with this.
just imagine a little like Loch Ness monster. It's just nuts. And I was like, man, yeah, like. And then, I mean, I don't know what it was. It's just the whole thing was crazy. And then my wife was like, I'll be right back. And she went to the store and got a bunch of fucking brownies because she's like, I'm done. Like, I'm done with him. And he's like, I want mommy to read to me. And I was like, dude, she doesn't even want to be in the same room with you right now. And I was like, I haven't even told her what you did.
Don't you look at her in the eyes.
Oh my god. You should just do like the Jaws, like
I mean, yeah. So yeah, I think everybody at some point, if you're a parent, ever has a thought to yourself, what did I get myself into? It doesn't matter whether you have. I mean, I think boys are a lot harder sometimes in these
Literally.
Matt's gonna piss himself. He's gonna piss himself.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Matt. I mean, this is real life, and
Touche.
now I do have another funny story before I get out of here. So my sister-in-law told us about my nephew. They were in church, and that's why this story is actually great because they're in church, and my nephew, quiet church, says, "Mommy, my penis," and she's like, "Dude, stop!" And he goes, "I don't like it when it's big and hard," and he like echoes.
Look, make sure the fucking priest or the preacher, whoever the fuck.
Yes, I was about to say. What denomination? What denomination? If it's Baptist, we're okay.
No, they're Catholic, unfortunately, so they do have to wear that. And, no, the best part was when he said that, she looked at him and his dick was hanging out. Like he just like took it out in church, and she's like, "Dude, like what?" And so this is just a rite of passage, and I'm afraid that Little Ice is going to get the wrong impression that he's just going to be at the grocery store. I mean, he already like.
Hey, pulling your dick out in a Catholic church is not a rite of passage. Don't ever say that ever.
In public. But like he's already narked out my wife one time. Like she went to the bathroom, we're at Lowe's, and he's like, where's mommy? And I was like, I don't know, she had to use the bathroom. And he goes, "Mommy poop," and he says it super loud. And I was like, yo, dude, I was like, maybe, but like I don't think everybody needs to know that. So kids are just crazy. But anyway, so we'll end my appearance with
Mom dropping a curveball. I love it.
yeah. What can I say? Hey, there you go.
This was our first interaction face to face together because
Jake says I'm all in.
I mean,
Penis. I don't think Jake knows. Clearly, he wasn't listening to the whole conversation because
He didn't get the Loch Ness monster.
I will tell you, Gunnar loved when he was younger to come out of the bathroom when we had guests and just he'll pee with the door open
between his fingers, and he would just do like this with
walk
it.
through with his
like
wiener hanging out all the time with guests. It's stop. There's people here.
He would hold it like it's a cigarette,
it's
and just like.
It is a really good thing I don't remember anything before.
All right, so Matt, I might kill you with this one. I might kill you with this one.
Oh no, Matt! What are you doing to me, Matt?
So my nieces, my nieces, when they were like, I don't know, 7. So this was 2016. So yeah, they were like 7 years old. They were still in this phase where they would come home from school and like want to be naked, which was really weird. So like. And it's just a weird thing that their parents let them do and whatever. Like they're over it now. They're 13. But one time I was there. I did this is a humble brag, but I did the Pikes Peak Ascent, which if anybody is aware of what that is, I almost died, so it was crazy. But I was there for the whole week, and like they came home from school one time, and both of them like come in with just their underwear on. They sit on my lap, they're like, "Uncle Matt, will you read me a story?" And I was like, "There's many things about what's happening right now that need to change." And
That is so wrong.
and so I was like, this is not going to happen this way. So they go upstairs, and my brother-in-law was up there, and I hear them arguing with the doors open. They're like, "Girls, seriously, you cannot be you cannot be naked when there's company around." And I hear them say, "But you and mommy do it." And they're like, "No, we don't."
Sweet Jesus. Oh, my Lord.
I swear, my lap with just underwear on, and I'm like, "Girls, this
is not cool."
I don't know if I can one up you on that story, but I can try.
I was sitting like this. I was like, "Look where my hands are. Look where my hands are."
My cousin, when she was younger, she would sit on the arm of the couch on Christmas time.
No.
At my grandparents' house on Christmas and rock back and forth. I knew what she was doing. No one else
open
figured
up.
it out. I was like,
Hold on, guys. I think the cops are outside.
Oh no!
There's blue and red lights flashing outside.
I feel like I have to change my voice now to protect my.
Keep the anonymity.
Yeah,
Very nice.
This is not me anymore. This is Steve from accounting.
you should have never invited us on. This is horrible.
It's Jared. Jared
I'm the one who ruined it. I'm the one who's talking about.
Matt has officially put us on an FBI watch list. It's all good.
Jared from Subway has entered the chat.
Look,
It's the way we started this show and the way we're ending this show.
Yes, tiny penises.
Oh, God.
Very unfortunate.
I'm crying again.
that's yeah.
I thought I cried enough last week. Oh shit. Oh man.
So Matt,
Is this the new episode for Pubtime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This might be this week's. We'll just release this thing.
it's our next 3-week episodes.
If you do, it's got to be called Loch Ness Monster. Like, you know how many people you're
Cock nest monster.
No, well, I was gonna say, you know how many people you're gonna get from like the true crime area that are gonna think this is really about that.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I'll sneak one in there. I love that. Little bait and switch.
And then a bunch of people will have to take a shower because
They get in there. It's like they're talking about children's penises. I'm out.
Chris Matthews is at the door.
yeah, Chris
Have a seat.
Hansen. Yeah.
have a seat.
And then you're gonna get those sick fuckers who are gonna be around for that conversation, and that's when you're gonna have to.
change
I'll be
my
back
voice.
next week.
Yeah.
Like this guy.
Come on in, Ryan. Have a
Tootsie
seat.
Pop buyer.
Who we got?
Tootsie Pop buyers. $5 footlongs for all those Tootsie Pop buyers.
Listen,
Candyman.
Jared from Subway is getting a foot long, just not the kind he was hawking with Subway. these days.
Oh,
It's what that guy deserves everything that he gets, because no, like everybody has their own their lines, but like fucking with children, like that's got to be everybody's line, right?
Well,
like
you know, he made the jump from Subway to Arby's because now he's in prison getting all the meats.
Jesus.
Oh,
Can I ask everybody a question?
who's got the beef?
Did we all laugh the same when that one Arby's commercial was like, "Hey, that's as long as I smoke my meat," and I'm like, "Come on."
That commercial didn't last long.
No, it didn't. But I was like, "Oh my!"
You want to know what commercial I wish lasted longer? The Deets Nuts commercial.
I love that. I just got a
I
TikTok
love
of
the
that.
Deets Nuts commercial.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that there was. I don't know if anybody's a Rick and Morty guy in here or person in here, but they have Intergalactic TV, which is all the fucked up television. I wish there was something that we could have where we could have these commercials that have no business being on television, where we could just consume them and be okay and not feel like we have to take those off because somebody might be offended. Well, we actually are subscribing to this cable company because we want to be offended. So please send us the smoked meat and Deets nuts.
They have them. They just pull them away. Like Jared and the slap chop. You love my nuts. I mean, They've had them. They just once they release them, they're like, "Oh fuck, we need to take that back."
Or the ShamWow.
I mean, the shake weight was great too. Remember the
Shake
South
Weight-
Park
Shake
episode
Weight
with
had
the
a good
shake
run,
weight that
though.
gave you the cab money at the end because it like yes.
Live. Oh, Pubtime Live. There you go. Maybe we'll just start making our own fucking commercials right here.
All right, I like it. All right, everybody. You know I love y'all, and Matt. Good to meet you. And we should
finally
do
meet
this.
you as well,
You know
my
what? Why are we not doing this more often?
We're gonna do it next Tuesday.
No, I don't mean pub time. I mean you guys can do whatever you want. It's like what I talked to
Ouch.
Brian. Like why? No, I'm saying we shouldn't hijack your pub time live every single week. But why
Yeah, this was a good deal.
But we should be doing this more often, just to get people. Like each one of us should host it, so we get other audiences in here, so people can get used to us talking about
Man, it's,
Shit.
Well,
it's a really good thing Whiskey wasn't recording today, or else I really wouldn't have been able to make it. I don't know where Eric is. I guess Eric didn't want to record a show this week because we'd had a guest lined up and then we had to move it to next week. So it was like, okay, guess no episode. So I didn't get a call. So
well, we've got our live stream
Friday.
Friday. If you guys want to jump in on it.
fuck, I'm working on Friday.
Sometimes we go into Friday with great intentions, but Fridays are really hard to like stop everything we're doing and get on.
Brad,
What time do you guys do it?
Brad gets into our live stream
No, he does at the very end when he's done recording with
at
them.
the end. We do it around 7.
Oh, we don't record on Fridays,
So
or maybe you guys do.
Yeah, we did last Friday.
Yeah,
It
we
would
did
be
last
6 your
Friday. You
time.
guys went live the same time we did on Friday, and then when
Oh.
I was driving home, he was
Yeah.
messaging me as we were live, and he was like, "Haha, you guys are funny."
Me too, Jake.
I stopped in for the end on Friday.
I stopped in for a
Good
couple
man,
of
Jake.
minutes.
anyone who comes to our wants to jump in our live streams, man, just
Yeah, totally.
know.
We started
We'll
at
shoot
7
a link.
Eastern and run for a while. This week we are not putting out an episode, so we can go for a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
we could do the live stream and have people pop in as the world record as we're doing the test.
That's the best way to figure out that green room before you get there.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we'll just live stream all night.
Let's go. I'm down. Tabby getting drunk.
Same.
Wait, when am I not though?
That's fair.
Your words, not ours. We are.
Yeah. No judgment. No
No.
judgment.
Look,
No.
you didn't have to say it. We already knew.
Yeah, I know. I
I
know.
was gonna go that far.
Some of us get up at 4 a.m. to go to work.
During the week.
Some of
Oh,
us get
yeah.
up. Some of us have never don't leave our house to work because we haven't since March of 2020.
I am off all
Dirt bag.
because we're on a lack of work, so I'm off all week.
Yeah,
I put in my resignation, so I don't give a fuck what time I go into work.
Yeah, she's-
What are they gonna do?
quitting.
Fire me?
Well, you got a new job though.
I know I do,
Something.
but
I think
Everybody.
Tabby should just be drunk live the entirety of your fun employment until you take your new job. Just be
Okay.
live at all times and just be like,
I'll be at work in my office. What's up, guys? I'm gonna make this fun. So you need 30 rooms for March of 2022 or
Let me
20.
know
Well,
when, let me know when you get to work in the morning, and then I'll jump in the StreamYard and we'll just
and you'll just throw me in.
yeah. we'll
I can get
just-
drunk at work and I'll Uber home.
There you go.
oh yeah, you all are welcome for StreamYard, by the way. Just
Yeah.
want to point that out there. I wish there was a referral program because
We
I
should
will
you.
You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit.
more, but
You get our
it's
love.
starting to catch on.
That's what you get.
I
Is our
actually,
love.
every time I talk about StreamYard to other people, I always bring you up because
It's
you know
really easy to use. I
hashtag
mean, it's
Team
not
Matt.
cheap, but
I mean, Mike
Hey.
uses it, so
Ryan's
Hey,
been
hey.
telling me on it all show.
Cut a fucking promo for him right now, Iceman. Cut a promo. In your deep voice. In your deep voice.
hold
and
on.
you're Steve the accountant.
I can
voice.
actually hold on. Let me
Give me that anchor promo, but for StreamYard.
No voice changer. That's
Hold on.
cheating.
You want to get real fun here? All right. Do you like this deep voice? Do I sound sexy? I feel like I do. I feel
No.
like I kind of no.
I'd hit it.
All right.
I
hold
feel
on.
like he's trying too
Let's,
hard to imitate me.
Well, how about something like this? Like,
Yep,
is that,
that's a
you
little
know,
bit
is that a
better.
little bit-
I mean, we can even
Now we got
You're a
Barry
little
White
bit,
levels of sex.
Is this a little too valley
Wait,
girl?
wait.
I don't know if you
Wait. You got to do the designated quizzers. Hey.
I can. Hold on. I can add reverb. Just give me a second here. I think I can. Hold on.
I gotta take a
can do
leak.
it.
See, I can't wait for Bromigo to start
BMS.
doing other stuff now because we actually just got a roadcaster.
Oh yeah,
and,
that's what I have.
We're gonna start doing shit like this now soon, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I got Ryan to buy one, and now he's jealous of my Roadcaster 2.
I'll tell you right now. You got any questions? That guy right there. That's who you ask.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is
Mike
this the
literally
reverb that
bought
you're
the
looking
fucking
for?
thing, and
He butt fucked the thing.
What I
What?
do?
no, Mike Panama Red on Bromigos.
Oh.
He bought.
I was like-
talking about me,
he bought
What?
the thing. And
babe.
He
Babe,
said
it's
he
not.
butt fucked
he
It's
the
not
called
what
me
you
like
think, I
every
swear.
fucking every couple of days, like, dude, how do I fucking figure this shit out, or I'm figuring out this shit, and like he must have figured out how to use the Roadcaster by himself in the matter of like 3 or 4 days. It was like
Mhm.
impressive.
Oh yeah, it's a great. Well, hold on.
Matt,
All
what
right.
are those
So is
two
this the
things in
voice
front
that
of
you guys
now?
want me to use?
This,
Yeah.
this
Those
is my
two-
this is my sound shield. This
Okay.
prevents my voice and the sound bouncing off walls
Bouncing
in the
off
back
the
of my
wall.
mic, and it's actually hit. I have it placed on top of my Yeti stand here because
Where'd
this
you
is a
get it
separate
from?
arm holding it.
Where do you get those at?
Amazon.
Sweet.
I got this
Amazon?
for
Okay.
like I don't
I
know
was-
how much did this cost me. It's an if you look up Akio sound shields, AEKEO, I think it is, or AOKEO. Pretty good stuff, pretty good quality stuff. You just need to buy a separate arm for it because it doesn't come with one. Like it's
Okay.
displayed on the box for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. You said you got it
if-
on Amazon?
Yeah, I don't know what it cost me. I think it cost me a little bit over, like close to 100, a little bit over 100. But
That's
I
not
also
bad.
bought other stuff with it, so don't take my word for it.
No, that's a reasonable price though.
Do you have the famed Yeti mic?
Yes, I got this for free from a friend of mine. Actually,
Wow. Well, free is good. It's it gets a lot of hate on the internet.
listen. This whole setup that I'm using right now, including like the most recent stuff, like the Sound Shield, it's cost me well over $3,000. I mean, I
Mhm.
bought a PC and it came in last year, and that was like 2,700 alone. And then yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I've spent quite a bit of money just to. This is.
Just to sound like Barry White.
I mean, it is very sultry. I guess.
you can't.
Sounds
get
like
another
auto-tune.
way.
Promo here. I mean, what if we can get even deeper? I could do my Vecna voice.
Yes.
I mean,
Or I could get a little crazy for you and get my Alvin and the Chipmunks on, if that's what you're really fancying for all
Sing
those
the Christmas
shipyard
song
fans.
really quick. I want to see how it sounds.
What's that on this or
Sing the Alan the Chipmunks Christmas song really quick.
I don't actually remember it.
I
guess I could,
Christmas time
yeah.
is here.
I mean, Melikaliki is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the
We know Matt can't
land
sing.
where palm trees sway.
Ryan, you made a very bad mistake on exciting us on.
Is the
No, I
thing to say.
This worked out good. We talked about hunting pedophiles for 25 minutes before everybody started showing up, so this worked out really great.
Works for me. As long as I didn't hijack the whole thing. I hope I didn't hijack.
No, just the time you were on.
You have been trying to say
Hey.
goodbye for like the last 20 minutes. And every time you say goodbye, we just spout off with something else.
We don't want you to leave, dude.
We don't want you to go.
We just want you to keep doing voices for us.
That in Matt's house.
Listen, I mean, I could probably get arrested for what I talked about. So you may never see me again. I mean, I might be To Catch a Predator just because I was talking about Loch Ness penis, and so there's that.
No, you'll be fine.
I will be fine as long as this is live, so we can't edit this out. So anybody who finds this in the archive, it'll be like Indiana Jones when they find the Ark of the Covenant, and they'll hear me talking about Loch Ness.
It'll be there in about 5 minutes.
Yep. All right, everybody. I'm actually gonna leave this time.
Hold on. You can't leave yet. You can't leave yet. We're going to do this together.
All right.
69 Whiskey. Where can they find you, Matt?
Well, you can find the lovely Motorboat and Matt Mish anywhere on 69 Whiskey, from Twitter, 69 Whiskey Pod, Instagram, 69 Whiskey Podcast, TikTok, 69 Whiskey Podcast. I'm not going to do the whole spiel I usually do. And Bromigos, you can find us on there as well. Bromigos Pod, the Bromigos Pod on Instagram, and I think the Bromigos Podcast on TikTok as well. And we have YouTube channels with those names as well. So you can check us out anywhere you basically get your podcasts.
Love it. Mike and Tabby?
Just check out our link tree, man. All our socials are there. All our platforms are there. Our merch store is there. Hope everybody tunes in next Friday morning for the world record episode.
Or this Friday night when we go live.
Or, yeah, we've got our live show this Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Might go earlier. I don't know. We'll see.
Depending on what time I decide to leave work.
Depends on how soon I want to start drinking on Friday night, because, you know, it's Friday night.
And Friday
All right,
night.
guys. Anybody that's got a drink, let's do it. Let's do it all together. Get in here, Ike. All right, everybody, it's pub time. Here's to those that wish us well. All the rest can go to hell.
Amen.
Good night, everybody.